Did you finish it, Moon?
We're already live.
No.
Moon got the bad ending of Prey.
Then you did finish it.
No,
No, I didn't finish it.
he
I got I
he
got an optional
Oh, you
ending.
took the shortcut. You took the short. You took Alex's escape spot early on.
Yes.
yeah he
Oh
took
yeah,
the I
I did
quit
that.
option.
I did that really early.
Yeah. All right, we are now live.
So anyway, so without spoiling it, Boston, I did not see that coming at all.
Yeah, I'm happy that the two of us got exactly opposite endings. So for anyone watching, Knobs and I were convening about our endings of Prey last night, and
Well, I scum saved and I got yours too, which
okay, I didn't because I wanted to like have the first playthrough where I just we'll talk about it during the show. I have a lot to say about Prey, and a lot of people I'm really upset about for not understanding Prey, and I'm gonna talk a lot about Prey.
who didn't understand it?
Oh, we're gonna talk. There's a lot of people not getting Prey.
I did enjoy the article that the lady wrote about the Daniel Shaw and her girlfriend.
Oh yeah. I thought that stuff was cool. I also didn't know that Danielle Shaw was voiced by Mae Whitman. Till the
I don't know
credits.
who that is.
I
God.
wonder if they had to disclose that relationship to HR.
Scott Pilgrim. She was the
The
Was it
girlfriend.
Knives?
yeah, the girlfriend. No, not Knives.
Knives?
The blonde-haired girlfriend. The one with the
Oh.
whippy chains.
Maybe? Not maybe.
No, Anne.
What's
Egg.
Anne? Yeah. Her?
One of my favorite shots in that show is when George Michael is explaining to Michael how Anne likes to eat an egg, like put the egg in her mouth and then squeeze the mayo in her mouth, and he just has this face like... It's just a cutaway shot of like, ugh, God. So good. God, I love Arrested Development.
I still haven't seen it.
I bet it holds up.
Yeah. No, that one holds up.
Season 4 is a little uneven.
Yeah.
I will
I
watch
couldn't even
it.
finish season 4, to be honest with you.
I got close.
Here's a show we love. We can't watch it.
Well, the problem with season 4 is they were very clearly not all together at the same time, and
It showed.
it showed pretty badly.
Oh, is that the Netflix season?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And literally,
I think they did another one, didn't they?
They're gathering the cast for season 5 right now. And by
Microsoft
gathering the cast, they've come out and said they're all going to be together this time.
Perfect.
Yeah. That's all we need.
I don't know. Without learning the term "never nude," I don't know what I'd.
There's dozens of us, Knobs.
I don't care about your rebranding. I just want to go to my profile, you piece of fucking shit website. Hello, everyone.
Oh, you mean Beam.pro?
No, it's Mixer now.
I know.
Oh yeah, she did Mixer.
No, I know because I got an email from Mixer. Oh, here it is. Welcome to Mixer. Thank you for going pro. We've automatically taken care of renewing your subscription every month. I don't
really?
have a subscription to you guys because I never gave you my credit card info.
Fucking assholes.
Yeah. I love that in the press release they're like, well, why did we change the name from Beam to Mixer? And their very first sentence is, it was a really hard decision. It's like, yeah, but why? Beam was fine. Mixer makes you sound like Mixler, that like my mom would say, where it's like, oh, I was listening to a radio show on that Mixer website.
Yep.
I should just called it Grinder and been over with it.
Put the E in there.
Yeah.
Nobody else was using this site, so it should be fine. It's just Grinder. You know, we're grinding some RPGs, right, guys? Oh God, what else is this about? Their website?
Oh no! What happened?
What have we
what
done?
went wrong?
God, if we'd only learned from sci-fi.
Where the fuck is my video that I captured? You stupid... Oh my god. I know exactly what it is. I don't have enough room, so it hasn't uploaded it. Shit!
Up my butt. Alright, I'm going to go to the bathroom real quick. I will be right back.
Okay.
And then we can start.
God fucking damn it. I was hoping to show you guys that fucking video. That I
You got
recorded.
time?
No, but I'd need to go to my Xbox, clear space, then upload it to the cloud, and then share it that way. I'll just do it later.
What's the video for?
It's the intro to Friday the 13th, the video game, which might be one of my favorite fucking intros I've ever seen. Like, just the developer logo and the engine logo, the treatment is perfect.
Well, I'll be the judge of that.
Are you a fan of the Friday movies?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm pretty much on the same boat, to be honest.
I don't know. My favorite slasher movie from that era is Sleepaway Camp.
Oh yeah, you've talked about that one before.
Oh, fuck, is that a good movie? Oh, it's awesome.
Yeah, we ended up watching... what the fuck is going on? Why do none of my devices want to use Twitch anymore? Yeah, we watched Quarantine, the American remake of
Oh,
Wreck.
fuck, because that was bad.
And then after that, we watched Friday the 13th because Jess has never seen the first one.
What?
I've seen 1, 2, and 10. That's the only ones of that I've seen.
Oh, God, I've seen them all. I like the first. The first one's really good.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else from there is downhill for me.
I like 10 because 10 is goofy sci-fi, and I love fucking goofy sci-fi.
Yeah, I'll give you... Oh, fuck.
And when fucking Jason gets his chrome treatment,
Yeah.
that's really
It's
fucking stupidly awesome.
Yeah, because it's so a product of its time.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, let's make it chrome. Like, what? Are you fucking crazy? All right.
It's very late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, none of my fucking shit wants to use Twitch at all. Like, my Android crashes the video feed, and my iPhone now is just fucking showing me the spinny circle logo.
I'll give you a spinny circle logo.
Ah, thanks.
Gross.
Indeed it is.
Hello, Annihilator NL.
So
Hello. I can't see what's going on because
I
I'm
have
literally...
to close that because I will be distracted.
Yes.
Oh, we'll talk about it on the show. But man, Hyperlight Drifter, Jesus.
Yeah?
What the fuck? What is that game?
It's good.
Is it?
Yeah.
You've been updated.
It takes a little bit of time to kind of unfold. It takes a little time to get kind of your basic skills.
I tell you what, man, that intro's intense.
Yeah, it's watching it again, maybe a little bit on the long side. But yeah. Hey, Dimebag.
Great. Thunderstorm warning.
Yeah, I like Hyperlight Drifter.
Cool. We might get some light show effects in the house, so.
Nice.
Awesome.
Turn off the lights. Blast a pop brownie. Let's do it.
Let's do it. I'm so fucking ready.
Fucking... I officially hate Twitch on my devices right now.
You could have just said, like, stop that at Twitch.
No, because I use Twitch.
I mean, I do too. I
can't-
don't like it.
True.
Oh my god, I fucking hate yard work. God.
Me too.
Dude, like when my weed whacker works, it's great. Until you turn it off, because there's no starting it a second time in the same day.
I'm done. It's just fucking.
Dude, I have a partner saw. It works the same way. So either I change the blade while it's running, which is not advisable. Same thing with like changing the string, because it doesn't stop spinning. So like, fuck.
Taking my life in my hands.
So, yeah, I was doing it. I was edging the driveway there, and got the because the fucking line shot out of it.
Is that noise where you're just like, God damn it.
Yeah, you're like, motherfucker.
Now I'm in for some hot horse shit here.
So I got, I would say 80% of my yard weed whacked, and it doesn't look like a hot mess, but
Nice.
My fucking asshole neighbors and his riding lawnmower next door just fucking staring me down. It's like, yeah, I'm finally fucking doing this, asshole.
Get a hobby.
You to get your riding lawnmower for your fucking quarter acre, you gotta mow.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, dude, you're in the suburbs, you don't need a riding mower.
So, do you not have a HOA knobs?
Yeah.
Are they just not as, like, because of where Kim lives, like, that's my mother-in-law. While I was there looking after Benji, like, their HOA comes down like a fucking ton of bricks.
Oh, hold on. Is her brother's name Ben?
Jess's brother, yeah.
Don't call him Benji.
That's what he goes by.
Oh, I thought it was a dog.
That's the point I'm trying to make.
No.
He goes by Benji?
Yes.
Why?
Because he's 13.
That's the name of a cartoon dog, Ben.
Yes.
Ben, I love you.
You at least know that.
Ben, let's talk.
I don't know that.
I don't know that either. It just sounds like a cartoon dog.
No, it is Benji. It was an old, like, I think, 50s TV show.
Yeah.
With a little terrier.
Yeah.
Well, if it's a little terrier, then it suits Ben quite nicely.
Okay. So at least now we know that's a human, so we can't be.
Well, yeah. While I was there, the past couple of weeks, like, if their grass is above a certain length, their HOA gets, like, sends letters through the mail.
That's why.
I get letters constantly from the city.
That's why I'll never move into an HOA community.
But here's the thing.
Yeah.
I'm doing this on purpose to troll him. Like,
yeah.
I bought a big ass lawnmower. It's not a riding lawnmower because I'm not that fucking lazy. But I bought a 40-inch deck lawnmower, so I can do my yard in 10 minutes. But it will chop it down if it's like 8 inches high, like like a brush mauler, like just fucking crush it. But I sit there and let it get as long as like I hit like the weeds or the grass on the sides that I haven't trimmed was like this tall.
Yeah.
So I'm just kind of letting it go.
Because he's next door seething, like looking out his front window. Like,
absolutely. Ugh. And the last side of the house I do is that side. This has been going on with this neighbor ever since I have lived here.
That's so good.
Like, they've fought with my parents, and he's still fighting with me on it.
God.
Oh, jeez.
What a prick.
This is Knobs. I'm not a troll, Knobs.
No, this is Knobs saying, like, get a hobby? Fuck you. Like, I can outlast you.
Yeah, that was a bit of a slip, Dimebag. Thank you for catching it.
Hey, man, if you got a 40-inch dick, like, let's talk about it.
Oh, let's be clear. It's 48.
Okay. It's an even 4 feet.
And I'm glad that's saved on the internet for posterity.
I almost got into a fight with our realtor when we were looking at this house because I told him I don't want an HOA because it's the same bored assholes from high school that were like trying to set up rules in high school. It's just those people are setting up rules in an HOA. Whereas,
they're the worst.
You can't park your car on the street because it looks ugly. You can't paint your house this color because it's not approved. It's like, fuck off. I spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on this house. I'm going to do whatever the hell I want. Well,
it's the same thing with certain like cities and communities. Like since I'm in the construction kind of industry, there are certain communities where you can only install a certain material for a driveway, and at that point you're making a delineation on one is superior to the other when both has their advantages. But my problem is you're telling someone how to spend their money.
Yeah,
which is
that pisses me off. I spent my money buying this house. I live in California, and that shit ain't cheap. So stay out of my business. The city can come down and say, like, look, man, your roof is falling apart. Replace your roof. That's fine. But don't come and say, like, oh, you need to replace your driveway. You have to. It's this one material. It's like, well, I don't want to do that.
Well, yeah. Here's just the funny thing. So with Parma, I'm sure you're familiar with Parma.
Oh yeah.
So Parma, if you have a stone driveway, you're actually this was the rules for years, and they just changed them again. So if you have a stone driveway, you can pave it with asphalt.
Okay.
If you can resurface asphalt, but if you remove the asphalt, even if it was a stone driveway, you have to put concrete in. So anytime you remove asphalt, you have to put concrete in.
Jesus, fucking Parma, man.
Right. It's even better is they're doing that in Cleveland Heights, and they're like, well, we had an engineer design this spec. So if you're putting in a concrete driveway, it has this spec. If you're putting in an asphalt driveway, it has to have this spec.
Oh god.
And the spec is a commercial parking lot spec.
It should be fine.
Or is this is just fucking assholes with too much fucking time on the hand is what this is.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, you should deal with some of these fucking engineers. Like, literally, like Parma, like I used to, like in most cities, if I'm like getting a permit to seal coat and stripe a parking lot, I just shoot them an overhead of the striping layout. Like, just Google Earth it, boom, copy, paste, gone.
Yeah.
Parma wants you to put dimensions on it.
Oh, god.
And I'm like,
oh my god.
I'm like,
you're just wasting my time, Parma.
Are you serious? I got so pissed because I kept sending it down, and then like I kept making the font smaller and smaller and smaller. Like, granted, I'm giving myself more work to do, but in my mind, in the best way possible.
Yeah.
Because like I got into it with the city engineer, and so like I had every stall, every dimension. Like, I took a Google overhead, digitized it, put my trace in, and drew out every line and had dimensions, even the little 4-inch line marks. And they're like, well, where are the dimensions? I was like, you know that thing on your mouse that looks like a little wheel? You need to scroll that in. Yeah. And it literally was a 0.0 font.
That's so good. That's so good.
You followed the instructions.
Yeah, I mean,
they can't fucking complain about it.
They're there, and he argued with me for hours.
Instead of just looking.
It felt like hours. I was like, look, no, they're there. They're even delineated on the list below.
Figure out how to zoom, brother.
Yeah, here, you need to zoom in. He was like, well, what type of file? It's a PDF. What do I open that with? For fuck's sake.
Just double click it.
That, like, I used to work in fucking in marketing. And we used to had to send like fucking design docs out to people of like the shit that we were printing for them and whatever. Mm-hmm. And we'd send it in PDF, and we literally had to include a link at the bottom of every email about what a PDF is and how to fucking open one.
Yep.
So we had those little USB drives that we actually had instructions attached to them because they were saved with a business card, and they had the little USB flippy thing.
Yeah.
So you click the little thing out, and it flips out, and there's that size of a business card. We had to have instructions on how to get the USB thing to roll out.
Jesus.
And people are fucking dumb.
Yeah,
even all right. So even of supposed smart people, like these engineers. So I've been doing these estimates for the post office since. I don't know. I've been working on it since fucking February. I haven't got any of them. I've revised these fucking quotes a dozen times a piece for each location. I've been like 16 of these fucking things. And so I finally get the engineer site report, which is something that we kind of did and we made up on our own in February. We completely priced and scoped out all these jobs. This guy just tells you everything's fucking wrong with it and gives you quantities. And I'm like, but no site map, know where these are. Oh, you just have 1,700 square yards to rip out. That's like 12,000 square feet. Where the fuck is it?
Is this SeaWorld's parking lot? Like, what am I doing?
That's not an substantial amount. Like, where's this located in the parking lot itself? Well, that's not my problem.
It's Site B. It's like,
I was like, even better. His actually installed quantities are fucking wrong.
oh,
because
God.
he doesn't understand that asphalt weighs more than stone.
Right.
So if you're multiplying, all right, so say you're doing your equation for stone, like you get your square foot multiplied by the depth. So if it's 6 inches, 0.5, divide that by 27, it'll give you your cubic yards. To turn that cubic yard number into tons, for stone, you multiply by 1.4. which equals about 2,000 tons of stone per cubic yard.
Okay.
Problem is, he used the same equation for asphalt, except for asphalt's 2.025 because it's a dense material. So even all his fucking calculations are wrong. And I'm talking to my site rep. I was like, look, I don't know if this engineer's abacus is fucking off or not. This is fucking stupid.
Yeah. This is
This is
simple
wasting
math.
everybody's fucking time.
Someone write a post-it note and put it on his monitor. Here are the two numbers. Make an
Or
Excel
how about
spreadsheet.
How about you use the industry standards on how to figure and do it by the ton and not be clever and try and figure everything out on cubic yards?
Ugh.
Because that's not even accurate at that point. Not even for concrete is correct.
Don't try to be smart. Just do your job.
And I fucking found that I went out the hard way. On a what was that? A 500 cubic yard job of concrete. I was off by 120 yards.
Oh shit.
So what's 120 by 155?
Oh.
Math. 125 times 155. I was only off by $20,000 on my estimate.
No big deal.
Jeez.
Find that in your couch cushions.
Well, granted, I was playing some horrendous games with some subcontractors that was able to cover that. So, and then that's the guy that fucked me. That's the one that fucked me on the cubic yardage excavation and replacement. That cost me $27,000.
God.
That motherfucker, dude. If I ever see that rich cockstain ever again, oh my god, this fucking hippie pool install cunt.
Getting punch-sized.
Oh my god, I've never had a subcontracting experience like this in my entire life, ever.
Is this the one from a couple of years ago that you
This
were
one
having
from
issues
this
with?
is the one from last year with the fucking lights. God damn it, dude. So this fucking dude tells my excavator, we need to undercut this whole area at 18 inches. It's like 210 feet long by I think it's 12 feet wide, had to go down 18 inches. But why? Well, because there's some clay coming through in this area, this area, and this area, this area here. I was like, all right, cool. I've got a unit price for that. I'm gonna clean up like no tomorrow because I got like $185 cubic yard coming out. That's a cool fucking $52,000 change order. Awesome.
I'll take it.
So I go and leave to go take care of another fucking shitstorm up at Lakeland Plaza up in the other side of the fucking state because my guys don't know how to use a fucking faucet. So I'm up there playing Johnny Plumber up at this part while this guy signs off that he only undercut that area 6 inches. And it was under the direction of this Richard fuckstick. So on the official report, it says blah, 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 excavated 18 inches and this, and that. But on the actual sheet I need to get paid said we only did 6.
Oh, God.
I was like, fuck. And that's the one we hit. If we were digging out 6 inches, I wouldn't hit those electrical lines. And I'd have got fucking paid like 6 months faster. Because of the fucking dumb shit electricians couldn't fix these fucking lines. God damn it. Oh.
Well, now that you're all keyed up, you ready to start this thing? Now that it's... Ooh, 2:30.
Let's get knobs hot again.
I need to fucking turn the air on. It is fucking warm in here.
All right, we'll start when you get back.
Well, no, I'm going to do that for my phone.
Come on. He's got a smart house, dude.
Internet of Things. I do, too, but I've got an old-ass thermos. I don't...
You know,
Thermos? Thermostat.
Thermostat.
Oh, God. No sleep.
Till
Yep.
Brooklyn?
What?
Till Brooklyn?
That's a long ass way.
That was a good... man, I like that song.
I love that song too. No, but yeah. So I finally remember I had the avocado incident with the air purifier. Or with the Costco for bananas.
Yeah.
And I came home with avocados and an air purifier. I finally turned that fucker on today.
Nice. Does it work pretty well?
Fuck,
Is your
I
air
can't
fuel
tell.
pure?
I don't know. I almost bought another one of those things.
Oh, the big issue we've got is we've got a fucking dehumidifier in the hall because it gets humid as shit down here, but the dehumidifier pumps out fucking hot air, doesn't it? So we're in a fucking catch-22, tiny little apartment, dehumidifier takes the humidity out, and the temperature just fucking skyrockets.
You guys are on like the first floor, right? Like the basement.
Oh,
yeah.
Rough.
How does that get wet? Or I mean, I don't know how to be moist.
Poor construction.
I don't know. I don't know either.
You open a window?
No. The only
Never.
window that's open is the one that this AC in here feeds out to.
Oh, you have a window AC unit?
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? I'm thinking about putting that. I have one in my garage. I think about, even though I have central air in the house, like I'm thinking about putting one in this particular room to kind of counteract the nuclear reactor that's going on over here.
Oh, yeah.
Just
That's our problem in the living room because we've got 2 fucking TVs turned on, 2 Xbox Ones turned on, and it's open air to the kitchen as well. So when we cook and we've got everything turned on, the fucking living room's disgusting.
I mean, nowhere else in the house gets as warm as particularly this room. Like, and I know it's the computer, but fuck, like it's almost like condensing on the walls. Like it is hot in here.
Definition of humid.
It's thick.
Thick and salty.
It is. Hey there, kid.
Hey, cowboy. All right, you guys ready to kick this thing off?
No.
Yeah.
I got to turn my antivirus off.
The show doesn't start until the antivirus goes off.
Hey,
Well,
mine goes off first thing.
I can't deal with the distraction. I'm just saying. That's why I had to close free cell.
It's a good call. Let me know when the
Wow,
antivirus has been safely disabled.
I'm gonna turn my backup lights on.
I'm dead.
There we go.
Ah, proper studio
Now-
lighting.
Get the. I think I'm gonna go double pigtails at work on Monday.
Thank
Oh,
you
yeah.
for following
Let's-
MLG Pro 6791
Oh,
on what used to be Beam.com is now
oh my god!
mixed.
Really?
I just look over at Pippi Longstocking over there. Is that your version of the
Jesus, dude.
Dutch boy?
Well, I feel like that one episode where I wore that beanie.
Yeah. What's up, Broseph? You look like a dirty mechanic.
Oh, yeah. 100 fucking %.
I only work
with
on
with
boats
with
and
my
motorcycles.
shirt on.
Yeah. All right, guys, you ready to start?
What's
now?
up, Broberham Lincoln?
Bro Sidon, King of the Broshan.
It's
Oh,
okay,
Jesus
bro.
fucking Christ.
Oh fuck! It's so hot in here.
I feel ya.
Take off the shirt, blast the nips.
That's still one of the best lines from. I use that, and no one gets that reference ever.
Yeah.
Man, not getting a lot of action here. Time to lose the bra and blast the nips.
Blast the nips!
Blast the nips.
Is that season 1 of Sunny?
I think it was season 2 when that's the first
Okay.
time Artemis shows up.
Yeah, it's super
What a
early.
great way to introduce that character. We need to bring some chicks out with us. This is Artemis. Man, I didn't bleach my asshole for nothing.
So good. All right, are we ready now?
Oh,
Yes.
I gotta fix my wig.
I'm gonna sit.
Oh man, like the crown hair is so fucking bushy. Like, so anytime anyone at work tells me to cut my fucking hair, I add another month until I'm gonna do it.
Yep. Well, you should really cut your hair. Add
Great,
another one.
that's gonna happen in September.
Yep. Pushing it back to December now. See you in 2019.
November, keep it up. See how this works.
All right, starting in 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to another episode of That Video Game Podcast. I'm your host, Boston. Going around the room, we have Knobs.
Holla.
And Moonpier.
Hola, mi amigo.
Wow. Now that we're on the other side of 500, this shows that we're just gonna give up on the show. It's gonna get real.
Oh
bad.
yeah.
So we had a good run, but what are you gonna do? All right, let's
break out the bleach.
Yeah.
Stuff.
Let's dive right into it. Knobs, what have you been playing?
I really should have turned this on.
As we power on our very quickly starting Microsoft Surface Pro tablet.
I wish we were sponsored by that, because I would love to get a new one. But not that this one's bad.
Feel free to email tvgpfans@gmail.com, Microsoft.
That's right. Hey, it was a Monday Night Miracle. We got to play Battlefield 4.
Whoa.
Yes, we did.
It's the end times.
Hey, that game still got it. I don't care what anyone says.
Did you see what Tomsy was saying in the text chat this week about it?
What, about the quads and stuff?
Yeah, like Ian was pushing for quads on Friday, and Tomsy was like, "I'm up for quads if it's in any other game."
Yes.
And somebody responded with, "You like riding quads?" And he was like, "Yeah, in 2013."
I think that shut down that thread for a few hours.
Oh yeah,
That's a miracle.
Well, that was great though. They had me laughing. But yeah, like I think we were stuck on a crappy rotation for it was Zavad and then the locker over and over again.
Yeesh.
yeah.
Just those two maps.
Yeah, I don't know. I get why some people do it, because that's what they always like to play. But
I
man,
only
mix it
play
up.
on DE Dust.
I needed,
Yes.
dude. I needed a little Golden Railway, or or Siege of Shanghai. Any of the vanilla maps. I think they're all good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like the locker is a little too nerve-wracking though at times.
Yeah, I did get my helicopter action on in Zavad, so I was happy.
Man, I almost got you guys. Just screwing around up there.
Yeah.
I did get a couple tags. My tags got ripped by. Oh man, they played with us the other night. I can't. 6.
You want the list?
Yeah.
You, Agent, Ian, me, Jetmech is probably the one you're talking about.
Yes,
Yeah,
Jetmech.
Stick around for another couple weeks, Knobs will remember it.
Jetmech, dude, I'm bad with names.
Yeah. Join the club.
I mean, like, everyone asks, hey, do you remember so-and-so? I was like, well, do you have a picture?
Yeah.
Because I remember faces.
Yeah. I can do that.
And stuff. I remember features.
Yeah.
It's not
I think
not
they had
letters.
a nose, probably.
Maybe a pair of eyes. I don't know. It was really weird back then.
Yeah.
But no, I don't know. Like, I still like that game. Like, I still think that's... It gives you so many different avenues on how to play and attack, other than just go running guns a-blazing all the time. Like, that was the thing I liked the most, especially with Zavad. Zavad's a great map. Because I think we're the only group that plays it the worst way possible, where all the actions happen at B and C in the middle of the map, and we are always against like another small group that's just playing the two ends of the map. Like we're either at A or F, and it's usually this weird seesaw battle between these 2 points. And we're always involved in it somehow.
You're playing the defensive game. You're playing it how you should be. You got to capture those points and keep them.
Yep.
No, yeah. Well, that and we were on different teams, and Ian got me shotgun camping a few times.
Working on borrowed time there.
I did kind of get him early on, just covering my corner. It's like one of those games where you feel like you actually feel a little tactical. Like I came in, boom, pop, hit him in the corner. I'm like, oh, this is awesome. I got it back. Then I get back downstairs again, and I get side blasted by a shotgun. I'm like, dude, fucking.
Nobody puts Ian in the corner. He does that to himself.
Oh yeah, Ian puts himself in a corner. Ugh. I played a little bit of Prey this week. I tried doing one of these material exploits, and that did not work. So
It got patched.
They've patched it recently a couple of times.
God, because I really wanted to roll through it again with completely loaded out in Neuromods. I didn't have to hunt them down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I did kind of watch another video with tips and tricks and whatnot, and there are 23 gettable Neuromods before you even watch Alex's or Morgan's video, but to really start the game.
Wow.
Yeah.
So like that first hour?
So yeah, that first hour you can
Crazy.
scoop up 23 mods,
Prey is crazy.
which is good. And as much as I really want to play like a Mimic run through, I don't know if I want to change my experience of that game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I am wholly satisfied for where that went and how that ended.
Oh yeah. I mean, I think we've all played it this week. I am probably the only one of the three of us who hasn't finished it. Am I right?
Yeah, I finished it yesterday. I pushed really hard. I finished just shy of 40 hours, and I did probably about 80% of what I wanted to do. There was still, I probably had 10 side quests left, and I'd say I maybe found 65 to 75% of the crew members.
Yeah.
Yeah, I found all of them.
Yeah, I there were a couple of areas that I saved until the end to explore, and I really shouldn't have.
Yeah, because at that point, like, that what happens sort of that you're kind of you hit that threshold where you're going full go boogie to the end of this game.
Yeah, you're sort of, the game is funneling you to the end pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of felt like it. Like once it hit that lull and I pushed forward just a little bit in the story, it was like, oh yeah, you're going through now.
Yeah, you're on rocket skates, like we're going.
Yeah.
So I have a lot to say about Prey. I really love Prey, and I'm not going to spoil anything. I'm going to talk around a lot of stuff because I don't want to. I think the way that we're going into Prey is sort of the optimal experience. Like, know that Prey is really good, and if you enjoyed something like BioShock 1 or 2, Infinite is fine too, you will probably like Prey. It's a different game in... I think what Prey did is what BioShock tried to do, which is Prey rewards you for exploring, and Prey rewards you for acting like a scavenger. Sort of like you want to do in Fallout, where it's like, I can pick up all this, I just need to pick up all this stuff. But in Prey, because of the recycler and because of the fabricator, all of that stuff, I'm picking up these broken hard drives. That's all stuff you need to make stuff you need. And it's not, unlike something like Fallout, where you're picking up, like, empty soup cans, and you're like, this will come in handy later. No, it's just weighing you down. Like, that doesn't have a purpose. I've seen two camps of people that are frustrated with Prey. And I understand the one camp, and I am frustrated with the other camp. The one camp is, and I think Moon, your wife, is in that camp, where the gameplay isn't clicking with them.
Yes.
And I understand that, because I feel like for a lot of people, they misunderstand the game encouraging you to play stealthily. And you don't have to. And I think the game, through the tooltips and all that stuff, that says, like, well, sneak up on people, you can do all this extra damage, but you don't... If you buy that combat focus, you don't have to.
No. You still get the stealth bonus because that white line doesn't turn red, so you still get the 150% buff on a shot.
Yeah. Or be like me and you get stuck in an area. So there's, I'm not going to spoil it, but there's one area that you get locked into about the halfway point of the game. I don't even want to say the name of the place.
Yes, I actually did this yesterday.
So I had to switch from normal to easy on this part because I walk into this area, and there's immediately one of those flying shield guys, the techno crafts, techno mods. What are those called? Techno somethings.
Yes.
What, the ones with the floating turrets?
Yeah. Had 2 of those. And I had no glue ammo, no shotgun or pistol ammo, no ammo for anything. And like even being able to I foolishly went into a new area without being prepared. Don't do that in Prey, FYI. Go back to Alex's or Morgan's office and make yourself some stuff. So the thing I've been encouraging people on Twitter is if you're having trouble with the game or you're frustrated with the game, turn it down to easy. You're a walking battle tank. Like, pull out the shotgun, 2 shots, a Phantom is down. 1 shot, any of the Mimics is down. Like, especially with combat focus, you slow that thing down, you're just pop, 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 and they're just... anything is dead. Except for some of the later stuff.
Yeah, and that's how I was able to handle, like, the larger flying stuff. I would literally... I'd roll in, like, if I hit a Q-beam, as soon as I turn the corner, I'd light him up and get a good chunk of his health turned green. Because that's the thing that doesn't explain how the Q-beam really works.
Oh, yeah, it does not at all.
Yeah.
So the Q-beam works as in you're positively charging a portion of their life bar, but you only have to shoot them down the red, and where the 2 meet is where they explode.
Or you can charge it all the way with green, and then they just completely explode.
Then the whole thing explodes.
But it takes a lot of ammo.
Correct. But until you get that thing leveled up, and that happens real quick.
Yeah.
So what I would do is I would turn the corner, especially that area you were in, because I had the Q-beam and I was running low on shotgun ammo. So I shot him with all my Q-beam energy that I had on me. So I got about a little more than halfway, hit combat focus, and ran up and just shot him in the eye twice.
Blat.
And put him down.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that was the area, too, where Knobs and I were texting the other day about... you have to go in this doorway, and right in front of it is an open canister of some radioactive material. And I was struggling with radiation poisoning because I was out of the anti-rad pills because you hadn't needed them up until that point.
Yeah.
Until I realized, like, well, why don't I just get rid of it with the recycling charge? Because the recycling charge just sucks up anything you toss in there. Literally anything.
Including you.
That was one of my favorite trophies was that, recycling yourself. So I finished the rest of the game on easy, which I was pretty fun. If I played through it again, I would probably play through it on easy again. I think for me, the challenge I had was looking at this locked room. Say it's like it's always a security station, where it's like, okay, I can't bash through the windows because they have that foggy orange stuff on it that just my wrench bounces off. There has to be a way, and you see like 3 stories up there's a little maintenance hatch. It's like, I'm going in there, and being able to find, a twisty way with the glue cannon to just thump 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 and like build yourself this walkway up there. That's the stuff I really enjoyed in hacking. And by the end of it, I had hacking up to 4, leverage up to 3, combat focus up to 2. Like, I was just... nothing was getting in my way.
So here's the funny thing with the leverage. So apparently, now I just saw this in a video, that all you need is leverage 1. Because anything you can pick up with leverage 1, you can throw it at anything. Even a leverage 3 item, it will still move it.
Yep. Interesting.
So just inertia alone, you could knock stuff around to get in anywhere.
That would have helped in some areas. The only thing it'll stop you from doing is ripping open unpowered doors, which is fun.
Oh, those are awesome! What a great feeling.
Yeah. So that, to me, that's one camp of people that I think the gameplay and the misunderstanding about the stealth is frustrating them, and I can understand that.
Yeah, in my wife's case, it is something I actually did say to her. I've been playing a bit more stealthy, and I'm having a bit more luck. Yeah. But she does not like stealth games at all, in the slightest. It's not her type of game. Stealth
is not my game at all, and I bullied my way through that whole game and had a blast. It was more stealth. I would say it was setting up a scenario for you to rush them. Like, I would sit wait for the optimal opportunity to hop out, shotgun, and then run away.
Yeah, like
And
when
then
the
let my
Phantom
battle
has their
combat.
back turned, run
Yeah.
out a little bit,
I mean-
slow down, and then blat, blat, blat.
We
Yeah.
can't like overemphasize enough. Combat focus is vital in that though.
I
Because
got
my
it
wife didn't.
super late, and I was just like, I should have had this so early.
Yeah, which
Game changer.
I'm assuming, by the way, Boston, did you do a all human playthrough as well?
I did. So this was weird. So we talked, I think it was last week, about the nightmare. I'm not going to spoil it, but
What a moment was when you find that thing for the first time.
this leads into my second point, but we'll talk about this first. Very early on, this is the minorest of spoilers, but when you first start gaining the ability to get Typhon abilities, January comes and says, like, look, there's a price to pay for this. Like, if you start using Typhon abilities, there's going to be consequences. So if you're going to go down those trees, make sure you really want to do this, because the station is going to treat you as hostile.
Yeah, it's designed to keep them contained, so
Right.
it makes perfectly logical sense that you go down that rabbit hole and there's going to be issues.
So,
But I think I think you're underselling how hard January sells that consequence to you.
sure, and
Because it made it seem like the worst idea of all time ever.
I'm sort of leaving some of that for discovery for people. But yeah, and there are very easy ways around those consequences if you're going to play a Typhon run. When you get to hacking 2, those consequences disappear. If you're going to run an all Typhon run, then I don't know.
I will let you know.
Okay. I got really frustrated with January at some point. So for anyone that hasn't played, January is your assistant, and she's sort of speaking to you at opportune times throughout the game, mostly about story stuff, providing a perspective counter to other perspectives.
Yes.
Well, it seemed like the Atlas character in the game.
Yeah, I don't really want to say more, because I don't want to accidentally spoil.
Yeah.
I have so much of this game in my brain, I don't know where some of the stuff lines up, so I don't want to be like, she did this, and that was like at the ending. So the first time you meet the Nightmare, the game is very much like, kill it or run away. Like, one of the two, sort it out, you have like 2.5 minutes.
Yeah.
I kept running into it as you do, and one of them, I literally it was in the shuttle bay, I turn a corner around a cargo container, and it's right in my face. And January comes over the comms and says, look, I warned you. You shouldn't have done any of that stuff. Now it's coming for you. It's like, hey, robot lady, I didn't. Like, don't misunderstand me. These 3 trees are empty. I've got 50 points in these other ones. Like, I'm making neuromods for days. But that sort of frustrated me. Where I was like, look, also be quiet. I'm trying to hide from the nightmare.
I had a similar instance. January didn't speak for me, but I had a similar instance in the heading down towards the power plant. There is a very long grav lift that goes down, and then when you leave that area, water purification is left, and the way you're supposed to go is on the right. As I came out of that grav list, I'd already dealt with a nightmare, like dealt with a nightmare. As I came out that grav lift, standing right in front of me was another one.
Gotta go.
And I immediately squealed, pulled a U-turn, and went straight back up the grav lift.
Yeah. I'll chill
And waited
here.
for the timer to go down.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So
So the first one I ran into was in the crew quarters.
Oh,
So I
mine
got
is
through the
horrible.
arboretum. I got down in there, and I saw this, like, and I come downstairs, and I see this leg. And I was like, that can't be something. And I get out there, I was like, turn it, like,
You look up a little bit.
and then I ran across this way, and I got chewed up by whatever was out there. I'm like, all right, I reload. The thing can't be there. Of course, it's right there again.
Hey, buddy.
So then I go this way, I run through its legs, and I get upstairs into the theater, and I literally am cowering in a corner until that timer goes down.
The Nightmare is such a great mechanic that feels... The mission objective you get when the nightmare shows up and notices you is the nightmare is hunting you. And it 100% feels like that. And it gives you the option of, like, kill it or evade it. I don't know if I could kill it on by the end of my playthrough. I don't know if I could have.
Oh, yeah, you can kill that thing really easy.
Yeah.
I did. It took 3 turrets.
Nice.
Because I got.
You guys really had this much of a problem with this thing?
I just didn't want to fight it.
Yeah, I had very little upgrades to my shotgun. All I really had was the pistol, and my Q-beam had 0 ammo. I happened to be in the Arboretum, and I think it's heading down into the crew quarters. There's 2 turrets sitting right there.
Yep.
And there's another one at the top of some steps. So I ran out, got the other turret, and then I just set all 3 of them at the front of that corridor, and then ran backwards to the back of the corridor so Nightmare wasn't shooting at me.
Nice.
Well, so after the first time I ran away from it, because I did some damage to it, I got about halfway health before it killed me before, so I think I knew it was killable.
Yeah, it doesn't have a ton of health. It just does a ton of damage.
Right, and it's terrifying.
Yeah.
So
the noise it makes.
So then like I ran into the second one a little later on, and I was like, you know what? I'm going after it. I want to see. I just want to see if it's going to give me any bonus or anything. But it gives you a ton of Typhon.
Materials.
Material. Cool.
Like it gives you like 30 of the tumors and 15 of the
turn that all into exotic materials. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
I now have like 66 exotic materials because of it.
Nice.
They're great.
My other, the other camp of people, we already covered the one. The other camp of people that I'm seeing that have been critical about Prey are, and I'm going to be vague about this because part of it is a major spoiler for the very end of the game, and I don't want to spoil it. Prey at 2 points. One of them is the nightmare, and one is this thing at the end. Prey throws at you a seemingly insurmountable opponent twice.
Yep.
I am seeing so many people that are getting up to this point at the end, and it is hard. And saying, well, this is like BioShock after the Andrew Ryan part. Just don't even play it because it gets too hard and the game pushes you too fast, and et cetera, et cetera. The thing about Prey, pay attention to your objectives. Prey is giving you the tools to get around these brick walls, and the payoff for both of those is, number one, makes a hell of a lot of sense, especially for the second one, and number two, is really worth going a little bit out of your way to make your life so much easier. And I saw so many articles this week of people getting to that point, and it is immediately way, way harder. If you just take a breath and you just look at the tools that Prey has given you, it's giving you a way out. And it's really not as big of a deal as it immediately looked. You can remove that stressor, and you can remove the game putting... The game can feel like it's putting its hands on your back and saying, like, go, 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 go to the ending. You can remove that. You can get rid of that pressure and go back to, through smart use of the tools you have and completion of this objective, you can remove that pressure and you can get Prey to return to the game it was before.
Yeah.
And
I mean, it's worth saying that first of all, the flavor text in the game is fantastic. The research data, on the nightmare itself is fantastic. It's
cool.
2 sentences, but it's so cool. But the objective descriptors, now I don't have any idea what you're talking about in regards to this thing at the end, but just going into your objective list can make the biggest difference ever. Because I don't know if you guys got it, but there was a mission to find Danielle Shaw.
Yep.
And it's literally it's in an area, and I'm not going to say I want to let people discover how to do it, but it's just an objective marker, and you're like, well, there's nothing here. What do I do? Right. If you go into your objectives, it says right there, plain as day, do this.
Yep.
You do it, and you complete the objective. But I'm curious of how many people just see that objective marker, assume it's broken, because let's face it, a lot of games these days are broken.
Yeah.
And don't bother going into the objectives and reading the descriptions,
Yeah.
because that has helped me countless times, that flavor text in the objectives.
Well, and also, a lot of times you get those hints because you're listening to the audio logs. I think you get that hint from listening to an audio log where Daniel shows
or reading an email.
Go to this area and do this thing, and you'll complete it. And I love so many of these objectives will have not only the flavor text for like the checklist of what you need to do, but also have like the double carets and the italicized blue text where it's like, here's a hint that you got from an email or an audio log or a note you picked up. Here's maybe what you need to do, or like the ID of what you need to do, or here's where this item might be. They said it's in the northeast corner of so and so. All that stuff. Prey is meant to be read as well as played. You have to pay attention to so much of that stuff. And it's such a shame for me to see. I think the payoff at the ending of Prey, and there is a scene after the credits, so don't wander off, anybody. I think the payoff at the ending of Prey for your choices, including the choices that you have at the end, is so worth it. And I think so many people are getting soured on the ending because they're frustrated by this artificial pressure to finish the game at the ending, when you can remove that. Like, it's so important that everybody remember, you can remove the two biggest pressures in the game by just completing optional side objectives. That's it. And they're both super easy. You just go do them. You can't just do main mission after main mission, because that you're not getting everything out of the game. You don't have to do all the side missions. I didn't. Some of them I very purposely wasn't doing because screw one of the main characters. It's Igwe. That dude sucks.
So I saved him.
Yeah.
And then, I died, and then the next time I went, I blew him out of his own airlock pod.
Yeah. Good
and
job.
I'm like, you know what? I'm just going through.
Yeah. So that's the thing I want to impress is don't ruin your own Prey experience by missing some of these really important things.
Yeah.
Did you get the golden gun?
No.
I have the objective.
It's cool.
And I saved Igwe as well after not realizing what I was doing and opening his door into
totally
space.
Did that, and he's like, "No, wait, what are you doing?" And I spaced him. And
it was.
By
the time he said that, I was already opening the lock. I'd already hacked it open.
Yeah.
And he was already floating out into the door was starting to open when he started to say something. I was like, "Well, I didn't know that was going to happen."
I thought it was.
Yeah. Well, I spaced him and I spaced two other people in an escape pod.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which was awesome, by the way, because just listening to their final moments was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the thing that I want to impress upon people with Prey is I now have 3 number 1 games for this year. It's Persona 5, Yakuza 0, and Prey. Prey is...
just wait, you got one more to play.
I still have... Titanfall 2 is next for me. I still have Mass Effect Andromeda and... Nier Automata to play. So, it's just... too many great games.
This year's been amazing.
But the thing I have to recommend about Prey is I wholeheartedly recommend that you, as a listener, go play it. I think even if you don't like shooters, you can kind of not play it as a shooter. If you don't like stealth games, you can play it as an action game. I played it largely stealth. But just go in as blind as possible. I think what the 3 of us are experiencing is this joy of a genuinely really great game surprising us at every turn, because we didn't watch any through accidental screw another Prey game. No trailers except for that E3 one with the eyeball and the repeating dead.
Yeah.
No screenshots, nothing. And being able to be, in 2017, being able to be surprised by a great game has been such a great treat. Because at every turn, the game keeps getting better. And I'm just like, God, is this game going to take a turn and just get bad? And it didn't.
No, I don't think that thing ever jumped the shark at any point.
No.
Yeah. Obviously, I don't know the ending of the game as of yet. I have some guesses. Those guesses are all basically formulated around the quote-unquote bad ending, which
I
I
don't think
think
you'll
is
see
a
it.
fantastic touch.
Yeah, so
I-
Moonpier got an ending where basically he decided to quit. I won't spoil it, but
Yes.
there's an option where you can be like, I'm washing my hands of this. See you later. Goodbye.
Oh yeah, I did that one too. But what for me that was like, ha, okay,
Awesome. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah.
And my final little note on Prey is I love the achievement pictures. I can't help
They're
it.
great.
Oh yeah,
They
they are
put-
really good.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if you guys, the Open Says She, which is the Daniel Show
Yeah.
voice thing, the picture for that is fantastic. It's
Yep.
just the musical instruments from the bar.
Yeah.
That was a weird side quest, and
You know,
it paid off with an actual good song.
Yeah. And a lot of the hidden the thing I like about the PS4 now after they patched it is you can go and you can look at hidden trophies. So you can go
Yeah.
into the trophy and then hit square and it will show you you choose to see what the hidden trophy is. A lot
Yeah.
of those are really cool for stuff that either I didn't do through the choices that I made through the game, and I went one way and the other way would have given me a trophy, which is fine. That's certainly not anything I'm upset about. But a lot of them is cool stuff. I'm a little upset I don't think I got the reduce, reuse, recycle one where you recycle 20 things at once. I could have sworn I did that once.
I did by being a mad scientist and doing an experiment and just throwing every single thing in a room I could pick up into a corner.
Yeah.
It was literally about 20 minutes of me picking stuff up, throwing it into a corner, and then just throwing a recycler grenade in there. But it was my first ever recycler grenade, and
Oh,
I
no.
stood too close. So
And just-
I got 2 achievements. My very first recycle grenade.
Nice.
The way when I recycled myself, it was completely by accident. Like, oh my god, whoa no, wait, I can't get it. Whoa, no.
Mine was, I don't want to spoil it, mine was the side effect of a choice I made through a very long side mission throughout the back half of that game.
You didn't see the thing attached to the wall, did you?
No.
I know what you're talking about. I know exactly what
yeah.
you're talking about. Yeah.
The other thing that I'm really sort of surprised with Prey is I kind of want to go back and play it again and get a 100% playthrough. Like, I want to finish every side objective, every main objective, make largely the same choices I did, change some of them to get trophies here and there. But like, it encourages me to play back through it again and say like, man, I missed like these 10 I got one side quest of all the way at the end of the game that I probably should have gotten way earlier had I explored another area I missed that I could have done through the entire thing. It's like, oh man, I could have picked that up at the beginning and I could sort of knock this out as I go through. And I was like, I want to play Prey again. You know, not a Typhon playthrough because I don't think I would necessarily enjoy that.
Well, I mean, I'm going to do minimum of 3. I can tell you right now, I will do 3 playthroughs of this game. My second and third, I'm going to be putting on easy because I feel like I'm having a good experience now. Correction, I'm having a fantastic experience now, but in the future, I just want it to be more easy breezy, kind of just power through kind of experience.
Cover girl sort of thing.
Yeah, I'm going to go for the no upgrades run at some point as well.
That's going to be so hard.
I couldn't imagine that one because
I bet that'd be really
ended up
rewarding.
relying on so much stuff that I had to do in that game.
Like the 2 upgrades that I liked the most was getting 20% more materials out of the recycler, and then the pulling the mimic the extra piece out of Typhons to
the scalpel.
Necropsy.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
necropsy.
that was
Yeah.
great line. Oh, that was a great name for that too.
Yeah, that one's really good.
And pulling the extra scrap out of the broken down operators too.
Yes. Yeah, that too.
The QB memo.
Yeah. Go play Prey. I cannot
Yes.
recommend Prey enough. After seeing... First off, after playing a first-person shooter for 40 hours and not completing everything and not being bored at any moment through the entirety of that game, I cannot recommend Prey enough.
Yeah.
You really should.
Oh,
play
even for one playthrough, that game is fantastic.
Yep. Honestly, easily one of 2017's best, hands down.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you play anything else, Knobs?
I did.
An hour in.
I played a little Shadow Warrior 2.
Oh.
Ooh.
Yeah. I forgot the screenshot I posted of the Wang Cave, and yep, that game is right back where it was.
Still Shadow Warrior.
Yeah, it's same voice actor, same amount of absurdity.
Awesome.
As I would recommend for any game ever, is go into the settings and turn motion blur off.
Yeah.
Because it sucks.
Well, this game is super neon too, so that's going to be kind of nauseating.
Way too fast to have any sort of motion blur.
Yeah.
Yeah, the sword's great. Man, reloading and flipping things off is just so much fun.
It's still fun.
That game is crazy. You get a new person stuck in your head, not a demon this time.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so it's one of those never alones. Yeah, I'm kind of curious where this thing is going to go, because this starting off pretty hot.
How much time have you put into it?
About an hour and a half.
Okay, because I know the different thing about this is it from what I understand, it's way more loot focused, and the levels are randomized.
There's a lot. I mean, there's definitely a lot more.
Moon is showing the Wang Cave here on the live stream. That's pretty.
I just had to stop and take a picture of it.
Yeah.
Oh, and let's talk about like opening like splash screens. Wow, this one, like, so it starts off with a dragon circling the sword and like almost like kind of sharpening as it goes on, like in the whatchamacallit, the hild, the dragon bites and forms the handle, and I'm like, this is awesome.
Yeah.
And then it goes right into, there's Lo Wang and his little Porsche Boxster just driving around. You're like, all right, we're starting the same as we did the first one. All right.
Yeah.
For anyone that hasn't played Shadow Warrior 1, you need to play that game, because that game takes a turn that is amazing.
Yeah.
Did you buy the $35 for both of them?
Yeah.
You really need to play that first Shadow Warrior game, it was shockingly good.
Well,
it's good on the Lazy Susan.
It's good news too for Knobs, because I know there's a there's 4-player drop-in drop-out co-op for the second one, so you already have someone to play with. Loot grind.
You probably won't play it.
Okay. Well,
at the time,
it's a bummer.
No, you're gonna.
Unless it's Monday night, I never see him. Like it's.
I'm always online.
How does that make you feel, Knobs?
Never. Like I just feel ignored.
I'm always there for you. What about my needs?
I invite him to parties, and I just get crickets. And
the last time you invited me to a party, as far as I'm aware, I actually joined and we talked about Prey.
I don't recall that.
I don't think that's true.
See what he does? He makes up lies.
Yeah. Show me on the stuffed animals what's wrong.
Yeah. Let me wipe away my tears.
My heart.
I'm so lonely. Anyway, oh man, the gunplay is fun and quick, and it just harkens back to why the new Doom game was so great. It's just throwing chaos at you at every turn.
Yeah.
And it's circle, strafe, and slaughter in the best ways. Yeah. And somehow making a melee weapon work well.
Yeah.
Where that sword is invaluable. Like, you always need that thing, just like the wrench.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
pro tip, Prey, don't scrap the wrench. Ever.
You can make another one way later, but way later.
But at that point, you need enough steel to make other stuff. If you don't have enough metal, that game gets real hard.
Yeah.
So pile your chairs up and recycle.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing. Like, I think if a machine like the Recycler existed in Prey, everyone would recycle everything.
100%, because of that cool like noise, and then
even that, just do the little bits and stuff, and just be able to, like, hey, this all goes in here, done.
And then I get to collect little bits.
Engineers and scientists, I know I've talked a lot of Wang over the years, but that machine needs to be invented like now.
Put it in every giant eagle right next to the Coinstar.
Perfect. Charges you 25%. 25% charge on materials.
Yep.
But no, that's all I played.
All right, Moonpier, what have you been up to this last week?
Well, other than Prey, I did sink a fair bit of time into Syndicate this week. Assassin's Creed Syndicate, let me get the correction out. The lesser of the two syndicates.
Naturally.
I played the Jack the Ripper DLC.
Oh, yeah.
To almost completion. And by almost completion, I mean I beat the story in it. I just don't have achievements in it still. Yeah. So Jack the Ripper DLC. That would be really fun if that entire game was done in that perspective and art style.
Yeah.
It's the same engine, same art style, same everything, but the presentation is so much better in that DLC.
Yeah. It's crazy.
The investigating the crime scenes, and it puts together the story as you're going along, and it like writes out the words. It's like she was stabbed here, and then she followed the trail of blood, and the trail of blood is written on the floor next to the trail of blood.
Yep.
Like the presentation from Evie's perspective is fantastic. The presentation from Jack's perspective is probably some of my best design choices in video games ever.
It's so, like, you really get the impression that he's so paranoid. Not only, like, the whispers coming through the audio, but just the way they write the words and the way that they're crowding in on your character is so cool.
Yeah. I don't know if you noticed it as well, but the writing gets worse as you get discovered.
Yep.
And then the second you're clear and everybody's, like, running away in fear, the writing goes away.
Yep.
And it clears up.
Yeah, it's really clever.
Give me that in the new Assassin's Creed game, please and thank you.
Yeah.
That is...
I think now you understand why I keep recommending it. It's just such a different experience, and it's so different from what you usually get in Assassin's Creed, and just the feeling of paranoia, and like they're closing in on you and they're gonna find you is really, really cool. I thought like the final battle was a bit rough and sort of a little too challenging. Yeah. But overall, it's something different and real special.
Yeah, I mean, the final battle is a bit rough, but at the same time, you can kind of understand why it is a little bit rough based on the story that gets told throughout the DLC. Mm-hmm. It's understandable why it is that way, but it's funny. I didn't care about the twins in the main game. I just, by the end of it, I was just done. I didn't care. I cared more about them in the DLC because it's them dealing with a problem of their own making.
Yeah.
Like, it's not them doing what they each think is best. It's they have caused an issue and they need to fix the problem.
Well, it's great seeing Evie, especially, like, was it 30 years later? 40 years later?
Something like that, yeah. And she's slightly older, and she's wearing the slightly more Indian clothes. Based on...
she's gone full-on Sharia.
Well, I think she escapes to India between the main game and the DLC.
She gets married.
Right?
Yeah, she gets married to the Harry, I think it is. I don't know.
Yeah.
She gets married to him, and they reference her time in India a lot, and how all these tricks they've brought back are from the Indian League of Assassins.
She has a whole separate skill tree and a bunch of new weapons.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the fact that I wasn't listening to the music 100% when I was playing the main game, but the music itself seemed to have a very slight Indian tilt to it as well. Like I don't know if they've changed the instruments or not, but when you're playing as Evie, the music does have that slightly more, for lack of a better way to put this, exotic flavor to it, rather than just the grimy London music. But yeah, I really liked the Jack the Ripper DLC. I don't think I've been more impressed with an Assassin's Creed game than that one little section of DLC.
Yeah. It's only like 4 or 5 hours long, but it's all so good. It's so focused. Like, this is some of the problem, I think fairly, that a lot of people have, is that the Assassin's Creed games can get a little bit long in the tooth and they can get a little bit unfocused. And getting this 4 to 5 hour it wouldn't be super satisfying for $60 if you bought an Assassin's Creed game and you knocked it out in 4 hours and there's no real exploration. You can unlock, you can take back areas and you can do that stuff. I was so sick of doing in the main game by the time I got to the Ripper DLC that I was like, oh great, I can take these areas over. No.
Yep, I will be doing that because guess what? There's an achievement for it.
Achievements.
It does my least favorite thing in an Assassin's Creed game, and it took me 2 years to beat Unity because of this. Unity has a collect all of the chests, collect all of the blank, collect all of the Y.
Like Assassin's Creed 1.
Yes, and Jack the Ripper has collect everything and 100% sync. So you have to do all of the side objectives and do the bonus objectives in them. I will do it eventually. It will not be talked about on the show, but know in the background that I am still running around.
Someday, if you hear the plaintive wails from New York, it will be collecting chests.
Yes, exactly. Well, I was actually thinking about what you said about it's such a great focused experience. All I could help but think was, give me an Assassin's Creed game, build your city, do whatever you want with it, set it in Egypt, and then give me the perspective of 5 assassins, each with a 6-hour story in that city at the same time.
Yeah.
Do it, like, focus down and, like, have the regions, but have this assassin be in this region, this assassin be in that region, and maybe the last character is in all of the regions, and they've got a slightly longer story or whatever. But give me that rather than the 20-hour slog through a bunch of story missions. I really don't care about the twins anymore.
Yeah.
It'll
be interesting to see what they do with this next one, because they the rumors keep getting out there that it's going to be a significantly different experience, and I'm very curious to see what that means.
Let's hope they've done a good Ubisoft and taken it from Watch Dogs, where the significantly different experience is a good different experience.
Yeah. And hopefully it's not just, it's Assassin's Creed and now it's twice as big. It's like, this is not what I wanted. I don't You're going the wrong way. I want to tighten it up, not make it bigger. It's now double open world.
3 times the icons.
Yeah, exactly. That'll be on the front of the box.
There's more, but we've made them smaller. What?
Yeah.
600 items to collect. It's like, I'm out.
Great, there are 3 DPI.
The annoying thing about those icons is on the map when you zoomed out, they don't show up, and then you zoom in, and then it populates the map with all the icons as you zoom in. It's just like, come on.
New icon scaling.
Back in the box, you were just checking these off.
Brought to you by our Frostbite engine technology.
So, yeah, other than beating people with my golf club, well, really want to, but I'm really bad at the game. Yeah, Golf Clash, I keep playing it. Which
I did start playing
installed.
that. I know, I've started playing it, and that game's good. And I kept rematching this one dude, and he kept chipping in. I'm like,
is it me, or are the first couple people you play not real people?
They're not real people.
I don't think they're real people.
This drives me crazy in games. If you're going to put a bot in there, or like a not real person, it's very clearly like somebody's headshot on a white background. That's nobody's Facebook picture.
I played some dude with a teddy bear. That might have been a real person.
That might have been. Don't have them say emote stuff. For some reason, that drives me crazy. Good. Where it's like a little crying face because I didn't chip it onto the green. It's like, I will snap my phone in half. Don't do it.
See, mine was against some chick for the first one. I was guessed like 495.23 or something. So I wanted this, and like, I wanted like, so it was a very pretty girl. At least it might have been a pretty girl. I don't know. It could have been a bot, but whatever.
She's
like, oh my god, you're really good at this game. I was like, yeah, you're really cute. Like, I'm like, is this the place to do this? Whatever.
It's Tinder plus Golf Clash.
Hey, you are kind of swiping.
Single golfers in your area are ready to play.
Golf match 2017.
Oh, I apologize.
Zoom into the map to see the icons.
Yeah. See if you can get a hole in one.
Check your locations.
Heyo. This is going downhill fast.
I apologize. My final game, though, it's a difficult one for me to talk about because let's get the negatives out of the way. First of all, name of the game would be useful. Friday the 13th, the game, which came out. Yes, this was a Kickstarter a couple of years ago. I think it got kickstarted, then it got delayed. It's made by Ilphonic, and I think it's published by Gun Interactive.
I'll look it up.
Well, yeah, Kickstarter got back successfully. They got the license to Friday the 13th. For anybody who doesn't know, it's a game along the lines of Dead by Daylight, which was popular among streamers a short while ago. It is a multiplayer game. Friday the 13th is 8 people, I believe. 1 person is Jason, 7 people are campers at Crystal Lake.
That seems like a really good idea for a game.
I think that's why it was so successful on Kickstarter, because everyone's like, well, yeah, this it's not asynchronous, there's some term for like the unbalanced one versus many multiplayer.
What, tank mode?
No, I can't remember what the...
Oh, that Akira Steelbook looks great.
Oh, asymmetrical multiplayer. There it is.
Thank you.
Wikipedia
That's what it's
page
called.
had it. Whew.
And
yes,
Nobs
it
is
is
looking at
developed
Steelbooks.
by Ilphonic and published by Gun Media.
Yes. Nobs, pay attention because I need you to buy into this concept, please.
I'm sorry, did you say something?
Yes, stop looking at Steelbooks.
Nice today.
Oh, thanks.
Hey, no problem.
Swipe right.
You have pretty eyes. Anyway, yes, what I was saying. 8-person multiplayer lobby. 1 person is Jason. 7 people are campers. The campers can do nothing but try and escape.
Okay.
Jason can kill people. Jason's objective is to kill everybody. The camper's objective is to escape. There's several methods of escape. There's a car, but you have to put a battery in it. You have to gas it up, and you have to find the keys. There's a boat, but you have to find a propeller, and you have to gas it up. You can call the police, but you call the police. The police take 5 minutes or so to arrive, and then you can leave by the bridge that they park in, which can be any one of a couple of bridges. It's essentially, as a camper, you are running around the camp, ideally as quietly as possible, collecting things like collecting map, walkie-talkie, keys, gas, weapons. You could take a swing at Jason and you could try and stun him, and occasionally you'll do it and he will stop for about 10 seconds and then he's straight back on your tail again.
And that just says the nightmare is hunting you.
Alright. Is the mother in the game at all?
No, because
so this takes place after
the first one, yes.
Okay.
Interesting.
So Jason has
she
emerged
is in the
from
game.
Lake.
Yes, she is in the game to say her head is in the game, along with her sweater and an axe.
Nice.
It starts off with Isaac and his mother live alone on a hill.
By a lake.
Yeah.
Wow, tying all sorts of threads together here.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever played a licensed game that gets it as right as this does.
It sounds like it. It sounds like when you think of a Friday the 13th game in 2017, that sort of sounds like the thing you want it to be.
Yes. You have the option of selecting your camper. So each of the campers has different abilities. You've got the sports chick who's wearing the athletic gear, so she could run really fast and run really far, but she's kind of on the die side, so she has trouble filling a car with gas.
So it's like an 80s movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Speaking of, the intro to this is 4x3.
Great.
And it has the video lines going down.
Right.
It's
nice.
Presented so 80s. The music is 80s. Like, do you remember how Stranger Things has that intro and it's very 80s? This does a similar kind of thing.
That's cool.
When Jason is unleashed and he starts hunting people, when he gets Jason has special abilities. When you are playing as Jason, you will see people who, if you move fast or make too much noise, he has a little echolocation kind of thing. When he gets his first ability, which is the sense ability, it plays that piece of music to everybody.
That's
so the
awesome.
campers will hear.
Oh, that's so
letting
smart.
you know that Jason has got his ability.
That's my
charged
immediate
up
time
and
where I
ready
go,
to
no. Why?
Yep. Jason has basically two teleport abilities. He's got one which is on a really long cooldown, which is you pull up a map and you can teleport there because you're a serial killer, and that's what they do in the movies.
That makes sense.
The other one is like a really fast movement thing. It goes like tunnel vision, and he basically turns into a little mote of light he moves really quick. Basically the exact same thing. He just moves really quick. When he does that, if you are in the region that he does it, it does the VCR skip on your screen.
Oh,
and
wow.
the music picks up really quick. Like, if he teleports near you, it will go with VCR across your screen, and then all of a sudden the music's just like built up to such a crescendo, and you're just like, okay, he's near. He's very, very near.
That's
So-
super cool.
Can Jason see the campers like there's nowhere really to hide?
Basically, yes. When he has his sensibility, when you use his sensibility, they become heat maps like Predator's heat vision. Everything grays out, but they are bright red, and you can see them.
Even if you're
If they
standing
are
still.
Even if you're standing still, you are there.
Yeah.
However, Jason is not as fast as the campers. Certain ones are slower than Jason. Jason is faster than a couple of them. But
Is it the fat one?
there's a couple of the campers who are
Get some Skype
got a
delay
Skype
here.
lag. Yes. What did I miss?
Nothing.
Don't worry
Nothing.
about it.
Okay.
Don't worry about it.
But yes, they are your cliche 80s campers as well. There's the girl who's got the sweater and the jeans and the glasses. You know, you've got your dogs, your jocks.
So you got your Daphne.
Yeah.
Yes, 100% you have your Daphne. The way this game is presented is incredible. Like, me and my wife pretty much played it yesterday and played nothing but that yesterday.
I mean,
noticed.
all of that sounds like the right choices you want. Like that VCR fast forward is really smart because not only
Yeah,
is it the right time frame, but it's such a great way of explaining to you that you're less powerful than he is.
oh yeah.
That's super cool.
There is also you could choose your Jason.
Oh.
You
How many
get Jason
Jasons do we
X.
have to choose
So it's not just Jason from like part 2. You start off, I think part 4 is unlocked and part 7 is unlocked,
Oh wow.
which is Jason with the spear, which I think that might be Takes Manhattan. I'm not sure though. But the 7 is Jason with the spear, and he has throwing knives by default. And the other one you got is the traditional hockey
Machete?
mask. I missed that, sorry.
Skype lag.
Oh, the hockey mask and the machete.
Yes, that's the other one that you've got.
Wow, this is rightfully open for like DLC, different, heavies from the horror universe.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Yep.
man, I'd love to see like a pumpkin head in there, or
Put a predator in there.
yeah,
Oh,
or
I've just
Angela
realised, sorry.
from Sleepaway Camp.
Yeah.
the one with the hockey mask is part 3. Part 2, he's got the bag with the one cut out eye
Nice.
because he doesn't have his
Nice.
hockey mask in 2. It has a progression, like a level progression. You can customize the campers and all that kind of stuff. You unlock it. You get points for everything you do. You fortify a door, you kill somebody, whatever, you get points. You can roll perks for the campers. So there is perks for if you are hiding indoors, you are 7% less likely to be seen by the sensibility, which is each different person has their different pros and cons. Like the jogger lady, I managed to stay alive one round when I was the athletic girl, just by running away from Jason and being squirrely enough and greased up enough for him to not get close enough to grab me or kill me.
Right.
And rather than
Never
go to
gonna
somebody
catch
else,
me.
exactly. Rather than go to somebody else, he focused on me, and all of my compatriots escaped.
Nice.
I didn't in the end.
Ed said I did that. It's greased.
No, that's a good classic Family Guy. Paul.
Oh, something I forgot to mention. as you're going around, you collect your map, your walkie-talkie, whatever. As Jason gets closer to you, if he grabs you completely out of the blue, you are still composed and you can fight free. However, if he stalks you for a while, your screen tunnel visions.
Oh, man.
It hides the map from you. It hides your inventory from you, so you can't see what you've got. And then when he grabs you, click of the fingers, you're dead.
So almost like a sanity meter.
Yes, essentially, yeah. This game is so good. I cannot say how great this is.
Could this be a potential Monday night game night?
Yes, this is why I wanted you specifically to pay attention, because if it's something that you're interested in, I would like to try and get
Call
the
the
boys
forces.
on board. Because
I mean, we can't afford another rat game incident.
yes,
That's why they
And
need
it's
your
eight-
buy-in, Knobs.
it's 8 people. It's Left 4 Dead numbers of people, and it is genuinely terrifying. And if you've got that reference for the games, it's fantastic. The one caveat I say is, if we do Monday night game night, we use game chat, because it has the best implementation of game chat, which is it's proximity based. Unless you find a walkie-talkie and you can talk to other campers with the walkie-talkie.
Oh, wow. That's
You can
smart.
talk to people nearby. You can talk to the campers on the walkie-talkie.
You're just running
Yeah,
across
but
another
that-
camper, and they're just...
But here's So here's the problem: the person that's Jason's gonna be left out in the cold.
No, because Jason can hear proximity chat too.
So all you hear is, oh, God, he's right here. Oh, he's right here. Yeah.
It's
Hold me.
he can also talk to the people.
I'm coming to get you. I'm
Yes.
coming to get you.
There is
Where are
something
you?
quite funny about being outside of a cabin with somebody who's locked themselves in and just smashing all of the windows, telling them
just
you've
say,
got to go
like,
get them.
I'd be that dude playing Whoop, There It Is over my, just on a loop, where he gets close. Whoop, there it is. It's just like, oh, God, he's here. Oh,
Oh, this could be so much fun to troll in this game. All right,
welcome
I'm
to
in.
the slam.
It's also quite the reason why I'd specify that is because you can throw Jason off the scent. Like me and my wife have played it where we've been getting chased by Jason and we've had walkie-talkies and said, "Go, go, go! Get to the car! Get to the car now!" When we are nowhere near the car, and we'll say, "Jason's on us! Jason's on us!" He doesn't know, and these people shouting back to us over the walkie-talkie, going, "The car doesn't have battery. The car doesn't have gas." Jason can't hear that. So Jason teleports away to the car, and we're like, yes!
Nice.
We managed to get Jason to leave because he wants to go and stop the car, which is actually not going anywhere.
That's pretty cool.
Meanwhile, you guys are all at the boat.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. You can throw him off the scent, and it's more references. It's got... Is it Tommy? Nobs, you might know this. Is it Tommy who's in it? The guy who originally killed Jason.
Oh, geez, I don't remember.
But he's from like part 4 or 5. You can get in touch with him, and when somebody dies, they have a chance of respawning as this guy if you've called him in advance. And he shows up as a second life with a shotgun. And so referential it is, you can kill Jason. You just have to do a very specific and exact series of events,
Oh, nice.
which is ripped straight from the movies, including getting Jason's mother's sweater. But yes, now that the good's out the way, this game is broken.
Oh,
I was waiting for the other shoe to drop, and I thought you were going to be like, there's not a lot of content, the controls are bad. It's just broken, man.
They are having probably the worst launch I've ever seen.
Oh, boy.
Thankfully, does the PlayStation 4 have the looking for group feature that the Xbox One has?
No, they tried to do it with, like, groups around games, and it never really took off. Not like it did on the Xbox One.
If it wasn't for looking for groups, this game would be unplayable.
Oh, really?
It has a single-player campaign coming in the future as free DLC. It has more Jasons coming in the future as free DLC.
Twice the number of Jasons.
It right now, literally, if you click quick play, it will just search, and you will never find a map.
Oh.
You'll never find a match. It is the servers on it are completely and utterly wrecked right now because I don't think they expected as many people to buy it as they did. I was speaking to my wife about this. I'm pretty sure they covered their backers who were getting a copy, and that's it.
Well, I think if you had asked me before we were talking about it, if I thought this game was going to be good, that was going to be a pretty emphatic no. Just because it's a Friday the 13th game. Like, not even that it's licensed, it's just Friday the 13th has never, the NES game is famously pretty terrible. But like that's just not a property that I would think would turn out to be a good game. But I think you talking about it so strongly and them seeming to make the right choice at nearly every turn, both for the Friday the 13th hardcore fans and then for people like us that like multiplayer games, and they're doing some really cool stuff. If for a group of people like the Monday Night Club crew or anybody that has a group of people, that sounds like a game where it's like, yeah, this is actually pretty good. Maybe my buddies and I will pick this up. This could be a cool time, and maybe they just got overloaded.
That's exactly what I think it is, because like I said, me and my wife, we tried searching. We searched for 10 minutes, give it a break, search for another 10 minutes. It has a countdown for the timer as well, so we know it was 10 minutes. And we couldn't find anything, so we went for the looking for a group feature.
Yeah.
We found probably 10 people fresh added to our friends list who all love this game as much as we do. And we've been throwing 8-player lobbies together at the drop of a hat. You get occasional disconnects still. Sure. Every now and again, the servers will just freak out and it'll just quit everybody out. But the matches are maximum time limit of 20 minutes.
Oh,
they are hard
nice.
locked at 20 minutes. Like, there is no running around the forest all night. You have 20 minutes. If you are alive at the end of the 20 minutes, it's essentially the next day. You have survived.
That's cool. That's a smart choice.
Yes. Matches can go a lot faster. There was a match the other day that went for 3 minutes because we found the fuse, the phone, repaired it, called the cops. The cops were there in 5 minutes. We were out the door.
That's cool.
It has issues. There was a lot of people going after the game and the developers on Twitter about this, giving them a lot of flack. I understand. I completely understand where they're coming from. I get it. But I can forgive it because guess what? Ilphonic is 12 people.
Yeah, I was just going to look that up. It's
I researched it before I came on today for that reason, because I wanted to say, like, that is 12 people for the company as a whole. So that probably includes a secretary, a cleaner.
Right. Your computer dude.
Exactly. If you go on the game's website, there is essentially 4 people who are profiled front and center. So
and that's the hard part. Like, that's the part that makes me feel happy for this team and really sad, because it's like, oh man, we're done with this game. We're gonna start working on the DLC. Like, I hope it's good. I hope people like it. And then next thing you know, 1 million people bought it, and it's like, what? It's like one of those things where you wake up and you have 5,000 messages on Twitter. It's like, so some people bought our game, and it got broken. So what do we need to do?
But that's the most interesting thing to me, and my wife as well, as she's agreed with me, is it crashes, it hard locks sometimes, and the servers right now are complete garbage, but I don't care because I'm not quick searching anymore. I have my friends list now with people who own the game. I'd like that to be on a Monday night, and then we can all have a round and then listen to someone squeal as Jason teleports right next to them.
Oh, he's got me.
No offense to him, but Ian, I can't wait to teleport right next to you as Jason, because your reaction will be priceless.
Just this high-pitched scream.
Yes, but I can forgive them. It's a small, tiny little company. This is a Kickstarted game. I have nothing but patience for Elite Dangerous while that was in development, while I played that when it was early access. So I am absolutely fine with them with having these issues, because you know what? They'll fix it, and even now, before it's fixed, using the private lobby, which, big pro, when you play private matches, you still gain XP, you still gain all the stuff that normally games lock you out of.
Nice. You
still get all of that stuff. So I'm fine. I can go and create a private lobby right now and get 8 people together and play the game.
Well, the good benefit of that is the core gameplay is so solid, and the game itself actually works, that the server side stuff throw more infrastructure at that, and that can be relieved, or put out a patch for the whatever disconnect it is between the game servers and the actual game itself. That stuff can be resolved. If this was a bad game, then that stuff wouldn't matter, and you would say like, oh, maybe I'll come back to it in 6 months when they fix it, and no one ever does. But you're using the Xbox One's built-in tools to find people to play it because you like the game that much. Once that stuff gets fixed, like that's an even bigger recommendation for what sounds like a really great game.
Yeah, we budgeted for this. Like, my wife has been watching this since Kickstarter. Like, she has been eyes on this thing since it was announced on Kickstarter. It got funded really quickly.
It did, yeah.
So we've had this in our budget for ages, and you know what? $40, well spent. Even if I never play it again, even if I don't touch the game again, yesterday, for 8 hours straight, we were pretty much playing nothing. Or the day before, sorry, it was Friday, we played it. From the moment she got home from work, we played it until I think it was about 4 o'clock in the morning.
I was wondering why you hadn't played as much Prey. I sent Moonpier a question on Twitter. I was like, "Hey man, how deep are you into Prey? Like, I want to make sure I don't spoil anything." And you're like, "I haven't really played it."
Yeah.
Aha.
It was Jack the Ripper got me sucked in, and then my wife told me on Friday, I was like, "Yeah, I picked up Friday the 13th. Let's play it when I get home."
Right.
And yeah, that game is incredible, and I understand if people don't want to buy it because of the server issues.
Sure.
Or because they don't like the way it looks or anything like that. But for me, it's genuinely the most fun I've had in a horror game since Resident Evil 7.
That's cool.
Which was actually January, so,
In the great year of video games, 2017. That's saying a lot.
I legit love it. If you're interested, just send me a message. My wife will be down to play it whenever as well, because she is absolutely in love with this game too.
She's probably playing it out in the living room right now.
I will put money on the fact that she is probably playing it right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all I've got, and that was a long one. Sorry.
That's okay. Yeah, we're
crossing 2 hours here.
Yeah, we talked a lot about Prey. I have two just real quick mobile games I've been playing. Marvel Puzzle Quest, of course. I finally have enough characters that have been...
There's the thunder.
Hey, there it is.
Pre-show warning.
Oh,
excuse me.
Jason's coming. No, go away. Boom, there it is.
I love the fact that that's in the game, by the way.
Yeah. I feel like I finally have enough characters, and enough of them have been leveled up that I can get deep enough into some of these events that are going on. Right now, unfortunately, is a Deadpool event, and I hate Deadpool so much. But it's interesting because you can play probably about 75% of the event, and a lot of the characters that are standard to the game, like Wolverine's son, who I don't know how to pronounce his name, Dakin, maybe?
Oh, yeah, Dakin.
Yeah, that guy sucks.
Yeah, he's pretty bad.
He's a turd. Your Captain America, like those guys, a lot of times they'll get powered up in events. So if I have like a level 35 modern day Cyclops, he'll be like level 150 because he's powered up during this event. I'm fighting people that are like level 20, and I'm just sort of cleaning the floor with them. The other 25% of some of these challenges are you have to have specific characters to play through some of these portions of this event. Like Gamora, they just released a new version of Gamora for Guardians of the Galaxy 2. I don't have that because I don't know how to get her, and I'm not spending money. So some of that stuff is locked out, but that seems like something that'll be fun as I start gathering more characters. It'll be like, oh yeah, cool, I can play as this one. Probably not going to talk about Marvel Puzzle Quest a lot because it's like 4 years old at this point, and I'm just like, hey, Marvel Puzzle Quest is great. And everyone's saying, yeah, I know, I'm playing for like 1,200 days. So
UI still garbage though.
Yeah, it's just it's one of those games. You know how you can tell on like I don't know if it does the same thing on Android, but it does on an iPhone, where you fire up an old game, and like the title bar at the top where your battery and your time is gets way bigger, and you're like, oh, okay, this is something from like 3
Resolution
OSs
switch.
ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it does that. So it's sort of like, yeah, a game could use a little bit of love, but is the juice worth the squeeze at this point for a game that's been this old? I don't. It might not be. The whales are probably the only ones that are hanging around at this point, so they don't really care.
Whales and Tadpole Boston.
What's that?
The Whales and Tadpole Boston.
Yeah, exactly. The other game I played is I felt an itch because I haven't played a Kairosoft game in a while, and I said,
no,
let's head to the store and let's see what the latest Kairosoft game I can play is. I decided not to go with Baseball League Story because that one looked exactly like the soccer one. I sort of didn't feel like playing that one at this point. Plus, I could play the soccer one. So I decided to download High Sea Saga. This is a lot like Beastie Bay, which I think is one of the better Kairosoft games. Except you're a pirate crew on an ever-expanding ship, and you're exploring the high seas and getting into all sorts of mischief.
Wow.
It's pretty standard Kairosoft. They have like 3 tracks of games. One is the game dev story types of games, and like the anime one and the manga one, and all of those are very similar. They have the soccer and the racing one. Those are all kind of build up your team and then they automatically go in a match or a race. And then you have stuff like Beastie Bay and High Sea Saga where it's much larger and more complex, not complicated, but there's way more stuff to do in it, and the amount of game there is really big. It really does, as opposed to Game Dev Story, which never felt like a PC game put on mobile, which it was. This very much feels like a PC game that they put on a mobile device.
I love Beastie Bay. I didn't get far into it at all, but I was playing it at a time and then my device crashed, so that was when I had to jailbreak my device and put custom OS on it.
Oh, right.
So I might end up getting back into it, but the very brief amount of time I played Beastie Bay, I thought it was actually really different from their game dev story, and really inventive in the way they actually did it too.
Yeah, that's a really cool game, and I appreciate what they did with High Sea Saga to try and extend that. But I feel like it overextended a little bit. There's a focus on you. First off, you always have to be connected to the internet to play it, which for a Kairosoft game is sort of antithetic to that experience. It's this very single player focused thing. In addition, there's a stamina bar, so it's the standard like this thing takes 3 stamina and you get 1 stamina point every 5 minutes, which again is very antithetic to the game dev story. We were famously playing that for like 4 hours at a time because your battery is the only thing that's really stopping you from playing. The trade-off is there's a lot of people online that you can do ship-to-ship battles with, which is cool, but it almost seems like there's the Assassin's Creed problem. There's just too much stuff in it. When you looked at Beastie Bay, it's all kind of manageable. There's a lot of stuff, but there's a really clear progression, and there's a really clear do A to B to C, so on and so on. This one, I feel a little bit lost because I just unlocked another set of islands to go to, and that stuff is like 20 levels higher than what I am right now. And I don't understand how to get from where I am, like at level 50, to get there at like level 75. Because when you go to a new set of islands, a whole bunch of monsters jump on your ship. And you have to beat all of them, and then you beat a monster, like a boss monster, and then you can explore those set of islands. Normally before it was like 20 monsters jump on your ship and all of your combat teams are kind of out and they're all battling at once. This time there was 65 enemies that jumped out and they're like one-shotting teams of people. And I'm like, how do I... There has to be some way I'm playing incorrectly to not get from this point to that point. So I have not yet had time because of Prey to hop on the a wiki or the subreddit or something and sort of look at like,
Yeah.
how do I get from
I mean,
here to there?
I'm hoping that Kairosoft didn't do a king strategy here and have that one point in the game where it's impossible to do unless you pay money.
So here's the crazy part. It was like $3 to get rid of ads. That's fine. I'll support Kairosoft. Most times their games are $5 up front to buy, or they have like a light version which has some ads in it, and then you can upgrade it. This one's just free, and you pay to remove the ads. You can also buy packages of in-game medals, or you earn them pretty quickly. They're pretty generous with them in-game, especially with the stamina meter. And I think it's like 2 medals to refill your stamina or something like that. I think there's no in-game purchase to get rid of the stamina bar. You just refill it with medals. I feel like that's the way they want you to pay, but beyond that, I don't necessarily see anything where it's like, get 20 levels for all your characters, or like get a package of the strongest weapons for $15. I don't see anything like that. So, either I'm missing something, or there's just this horrible grind right at this part. And if there's that horrible grind, I will probably delete the game and try another Kairosoft game, because that's not really what I want to play Kairosoft games for. I want like the soccer game where you're building up your stats and you're fighting against these stronger teams. It's like, okay, well, cool. I need to win on the lesser leagues to get my team a little bit better and recruit better players.
Recruit King Bear. You need the bear.
Yeah, you need King Bear. Yep. Like I don't
Always.
have him. Recruit better players as your team gets more famous to then beat the other teams. I haven't seen that push-pull in this game yet. It's a little bit frustrating. So at the moment, I would wholeheartedly recommend Beastie Bay as someone who I think finished it. But High Sea Saga seems like it's the rare Kairosoft misstep, where you're sort of playing
it and you're
like,
right now.
What was that?
It's a wait and see.
I feel like with most Kairosoft games, you have a pretty stable progression. Like Game Dev Story, you're getting a bigger studio, you're hiring better people, you're firing people that were at the beginning that weren't so good. There's this. It's very clearly like this person, Gil Bates, is way better than Steve Jobberson.
Or the Sultan that's just a waste.
Yeah, like you can very clearly see, if I want to make better games, I have to hire these better people. That's a more focused, clearer experience, but High Sea Saga seems like it might have overextended them a little bit. I think when Kairosoft tries to get a little bit too ambitious, all of the parts of the game don't really add up to anything interesting. Like all these disparate parts in the game are all kind of not as good as they should be. So I don't know. I'll keep playing and I'll see if I can, do a little bit of research and figure out if I'm doing something completely wrong. But as of right now, let's go play Game Dev Story or any of the other, like the Anime Studio Story is really good. Any of those ones are really solid. But that's all I've been playing this week. So let's take a break.
Cool.
Yes. All three of us about to go pee.
No, I'm good.
Okay, have fun with the chat, Boston.
Hi, chat. How's everyone doing? Let's do our usual news story investigation. Try and figure out if there's anything new that happened in between. Excuse me. Just releases. Rhymes makers issue strange challenge to crack their DRM. Break de novo and they'll launch a DRM free game. Hello, Joshua Enriquez. How are you doing? That's weird. That's weird. Tequila Works, who just put out Rhyme, is saying if people can crack de novo the DRM that they've put on the game, they will release it without DRM afterwards. So weird. Alright, let's check Gaff. See if there's anything else. Justice 2. Surprised Knobs didn't pick that up. There's a rumor about Monster Hunter coming to PS4 from 4chan. New character for Killer Instinct Season 3. Boy, we're like 2 weeks away from E3.
Ah, shit. Fucking damn it.
See you, Knobs. Oh, God. Yeah, we're like a hot 2 weeks away from E3. Crappy Crapperson. We start off with EA, Microsoft, Bethesda. PC Gaming Show, Ubisoft, Sony, Devolver Digital. Right, Devolver's having a conference at some point this year. I think you guys excited to see at E3. Yeah, man, what am I excited to see at E3? We'll save that for a question at the during the show, if I can highlight this. Thank you for the question. I actually don't think we have any questions this week, so that's good. Thank you. Excuse me. What time is it? 4 o'clock. Hey. This day is just wasting away.
Oh. Oh man, I hit my knee on the cedar chest in here, and fuck. That son of a bitch didn't move an inch. Man.
Guarantee you fucking needed.
Yeah, for real.
No, dude. It's like this knee's got all sorts of scars and stuff on it already, but man, it rocked it to its core. Sitting here for a couple hours and not moving that much, it was like, all right, it must have been too bad. Man, it's a contusion. It's
Jesus.
Oh fuck.
All right. I didn't realize how late it was. So whenever you guys are ready, sort of motor our way through this.
Let me just shove this cheesy bread down my face.
Cheesy bread.
Dude, I ate too much food this week, huh?
No such thing.
Yeah, there is. Why did you not accept my payment?
Yeah. I didn't provide you with any goods, so I don't
understand this.
Are you yelling at Best Buy again?
No.
What? No.
Yes.
What? No.
All right, let's edit this crap. Yes, that's right. That's right. That's right. That's 1, 2. Nope. 2.
What steelbook are you buying this time?
Well, which one am I not, is the question.
Heyo.
Holy shit.
Yes. This cheesy bread is good.
So, yeah. Well, no, the cheesy bread is good, but The YouTube stream is so much better than the Twitch stream.
Oh, it always is.
It's what I
Like,
don't
it actually
get.
streams. Hello, YouTube people.
It looks pretty good
Yeah,
too.
that's
I mean,
my primary.
I'm putting
Same
out 1080p 60 FPS. And on Twitch it looks fine, but on YouTube it looks pretty good. Beam and Hitbox it looks okay. Sorry, Mixer and Hitbox both look
Here we go.
pretty okay. I gotta get with the branding. It's all about the branding.
Okay, so I'm reluctantly buying Beauty and the Beast.
I still haven't seen it. I heard it's fine.
Well, yeah, I'm sure it's fine. And honestly, after watching Pixels a few times, I kind of like Josh Gad
Okay.
because he's fun, and I think he'd be interesting in that role. Lego Batman, John Wick, of course, 'cause I gotta buy that movie again. John Wick 2, Chapter 2, which I already bought the digital copy of, so I gotta get the physical copy.
Naturally.
And Spider-Man Legacy Collection, and I am not exactly sure what is in this bundle,
It's a
but
a
it's
fun
wrapped
surprise.
it's wrapped in steel, and I'm buying it. So let's go here in details. Overview, blank. Details, format Blu-ray, studio Sony. Product title: Spider-Man Legacy Collection Steelbook Blu-ray. Program type: movies. Release date: 6/16 or 6/13/2017. That is all the deets.
I have a picture.
Yeah, I got a picture of it too, and
How many movies is this?
it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 discs. So
7
that
discs.
It's the
should,
first 3 movies?
and it's got to be 5. It's got to be the original Spider-Man and probably the 2 Amazing Spider-Man movies.
Oh,
Is
it
what I'm
includes 5
guessing.
movies. Yeah.
Either that or the animated series as well. It is Legacy.
No, it just looks like looks like the first 3 and then the 2 Amazing. Yeah.
Yeah,
First 3 and 2 Amazing.
which I'm okay with. I enjoyed
Not a bad collection.
4 out of 5 of those movies.
Yeah. I like parts of 3.
Parts.
I did.
Yeah, parts is the key word.
Yeah, so what else would be on the docket? Then I gotta probably, because Akira's coming out with a collector's edition.
I don't even
steelbook.
want to see it.
It looks good.
Damn it.
Damn it. I know.
I'll own like 5 copies of Akira pretty soon.
I don't even want to count.
I have that
I-
animation cell.
I think I
Yep.
used to own 3 copies of it, but I don't own any copies of it anymore.
That's a bummer.
So
I moved
then,
countries. Everything went.
Yeah.
so that would leave me left to pick up in June would be Life, which I think looks okay.
Mhm.
And I am most definitely going to suffer through Target's website to get the Power Rangers movie.
That'd be a
Because
cool
that movie
steelbook.
was good.
Yeah.
That movie was good. I will defend it. And then next month has got Fast 8. Of course, I'm buying that.
Yeah.
Another release of Fifth Element.
Gotta
All
get
right,
that.
cool. So
One of
now I
my
get another
favorite
steel
movies.
books.
I'm curious if they're re-releasing that because Valerian comes out next time.
Absolutely, they
Well,
are.
probably
It'd be
in-
stupid not to.
Every time technology gets better, like one of the first things they release is Fifth Element. So you can hear him ask, "Are you German?" Now in 4K.
Yeah,
I love that movie.
you're a
The movie's
monster.
great. There's
Zoe.
nothing wrong with that movie.
I know. God,
like
Gary
my
Oldman's
hat?
good. Yeah, Kong Skull Island, Resident Evil Vendetta, which I don't know what the fuck that
That might be
is.
one of the animated ones.
Possibly, and Ghost in the Shell 2017, which I'm picking up.
That's gotta be a cool steelbook.
Here's when the fucking hotness comes out in August. John Carpenter's The Fog, John Carpenter's Escape from New York, and
Nice.
They Live.
Nice.
And Fargo, and then Target's got Batman and Harley Quinn, which I am not going to buy,
Yeah.
and Walking Dead Season 7, which I'm not going to buy that either. And then September, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. which that's most definitely going to buy.
That's further off than I would have expected. It's
Really?
going to have a long theatrical run, I guess.
Oh, yeah, it's
Try
going to
and
be a
milk that
theater
as
for
much
at
as they
least
can.
another 2 months. And 2 months, you're in January or July.
Yeah.
Fudge.
Stupid Smarch weather.
Smart weather. Yeah, so I really like that site, Blu-ray.com. So
Yeah.
they
For
do
all
a
your
good job
steelbook needs.
do a good job of catching what's coming out.
All right. I am ready to start whenever you guys are.
Yep.
Oh, they live awesome. I'm so excited
That'd
for
be a
that.
great steelbook.
I love that fucking movie. All right. Is this it?
Pretty much.
Man, I can't believe they keep releasing Tekken.
Yeah. Certainly
Like-
not a series that I enjoy.
No.
Give me some give me like Virtua Fighter 7? 8?
I think it's be 6.
Let me
I
look.
think the last one was 5.
I feel like they might have snuck one out.
Well, they had
You
that-
are right. Virtua Fighter 5. 2007.
Yeah.
Too long. That's a hot decade.
Well, they
That's not-
kind of stuck a few of those fighters in DOA, so...
That's true. We got a stopgap.
Oh, fuck, man, I gotta play some of that. It's been too long. Gotta get my legs back.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Have I shared my my voodoo with you? Like, as one of my friends?
Probably. I don't know. My brain isn't working. So I'm on
check
like a
that out.
hot 2 hours of sleep right now, so
Alright. And I think I'm kind of turtle heading right now, so
Well,
not
let's
very comfortable.
race
I'm not
through
very
this.
comfortable.
Yep.
And every fart is...
Rolling
Talk
the
about-
dice here.
It is, like, it's just a little... Like, just
Wind
just,
Valley.
just whistling past it.
Spooky.
Oh my god.
Making some sound effects for the Friday the
Yes.
13th movie.
Is
Yeah.
The wind whistling through the trees.
I legit do hope that we can get that as get the boys into it.
well, we've getting people. I mean, it's. I don't know. Oh, I got a gift from Jimbo Jangles. Sent me a present,
Oh yeah.
and
me
I
too.
downloaded the game, and I completely forgot the fucking name of it.
The Little Nightmares by any chance?
Yes.
Yep, he sent me the same game. I just
So
haven't had
thank-
time to play it this
Thanks
week.
for 500 episodes and buying other people games.
Nice.
Yep. So yeah, shout out to Jimbo Jungles here. I will do it again
Yep.
when I actually play it.
Yeah, he bought me Mass Effect Andromeda. And Legend of Zelda.
Oh wow!
Responsible for like half this year's backlog.
All right. You ready?
Ready.
All right, ready in 3, 2, 1. Welcome back, everybody. We got releases this week for May 29th, 2017. Tekken 7 for PC. Really? PlayStation 4 and Xbox One.
Say what? I don't really like Tekken that much. It's never clicked with me. So we were just talking in between segments. I wasn't even sure they were past 5, and the fact that
Well-
there's a 7 coming out is kind of crazy.
It's the thing that we... Yes, I feel the same way. I hope that came through.
It
It
did.
did.
But no, Tekken is not happy with us right now.
Yeah.
No, but like I haven't enjoyed a Tekken game since Tekken Tag 2 in the arcade.
Mm.
That was the last one I had
TTT2.
legitimate fun with.
I think my last Tekken was the original TTT, and that was only because it had the side like the isometric beat 'em up game in it.
Tekken's the one with the kangaroo, right?
Yes.
So have you seen
And
the
the
news
dino.
And the
stories
panda.
about that? So the
No.
kangaroo's not in this because the developers were worried about PETA.
PETA?
And
Shut the front door.
So listen, PETA's statement was like, "No, man, we can tell what a digital kangaroo is. You're fine." So expect him to come out in DLC apparently.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty good. Where it's like, "No, man, we don't don't kill real ones, and we're fine. You're
I
okay."
wonder. I wonder
See,
if that's
look, they're
their
not
reaction.
shipping the game in kangaroo fur pouches or anything.
That'd be
No,
weird.
I think I can't help but think this is a whole.
Here's your
response.
marsupial. Tekken tag. What?
You think this is a publicity stunt?
No, I think this is maybe a publicity stunt, but it could also be a reaction to the YouTube complaints. Like,
that would be sad.
The
People
loss of
fighting kangaroos.
No, that a lot of big people on YouTube are losing a hell of a lot of money because basically advertisers don't want nothing to do with war,
Right.
and I'm pretty sure animal cruelty will be right up there with war.
Yeah, it's the
So-
big YouTube advertising shakeup.
Who's
that's been going on.
advocating for war?
Well,
Call of Duty.
I don't want to dive too deep in this because this is super inside baseball for YouTube. But basically, a bunch of advertisers have pulled ads off of content that they find questionable, and that is a wide range of stuff where it's sort of like, really, you really care about that? And without diving too deeply into it, it has cost a lot of people who make their living on YouTube in one form or another. It has cost them a significant amount of money.
Mm-hmm.
I
favorite
thought it
the
was like
Mac video.
kangaroo fights got banned or something.
I mean, hopefully.
Hopefully they already are.
Yeah,
Dude, you don't mess with the kangaroo. You ever seen the nails on them things?
they're crazy.
Another thing in Australia that will kill me.
Yeah.
I
Anyway,
think koala. I think koala be mean too. You ever seen a wet koala? It is terrifying.
Don't all koalas.
that's never a question I would think anyone asked me. Have you ever seen a wet koala?
Have you ever seen a wet koala?
You need to Google a wet koala.
Is this
It
like
no?
Is
it
this how you activate a
horrifying.
sleeper cell? Have you ever seen a wet
Yes.
koala? Yes. I've killed a Malaysian prime minister.
Confirmed.
Oh, jeez.
Ignore the celebrities. You're a ninja Derek? Hey, I gotta stop before the dogs get
Malaysian
upset.
prime minister. Anyway,
I turned left. You got a lot of talents, kid, but hanging a Louie isn't one of them.
okay, all right.
All right, lock it down. Star Trek Bridge Crew comes out pretty much for every VR thing.
Yep.
The Vive, the Rift, and the PSVR.
I really want this to be good because it's a cool idea.
It's a
Me too.
great idea.
If it's not that cool, I guess I'm not going to be that surprised, but I'll be pretty disappointed. I don't even like Star Trek that much, but that's a cool idea.
If I didn't spend my money on my new eyes, I probably would have built a new VR machine, but
I have special eyes.
I do have special.
Okay, focus. News stories.
Dude, we're horrible right now.
News stories.
My
Square Enix
brand.
says that by selling IO Interactive doesn't necessarily mean that they're done making Hitman games. That sort of sucks.
Yep.
I broke knobs. I'm so sorry.
You did.
I think the worst thing you could do, especially in the short term, is go say like at E3, Hitman Season 2 is coming.
Ah, there they go.
Now I gotta censor some dogs.
We're
2
we've lost
hours,
him.
12 minutes, and 51 seconds. I feel like that would be the thing where it's like,
just write plus 30 on the end of that time because you know it's going to go
Plus.
for a while.
more. I feel like that would be the real like poke in the eye, where it's like, hey, by the
Yeah.
way, guys, Friday's gonna be your last day. Also check out E3 for a surprise. Wink. You know,
I remember, I can't remember where it was, but I remember hearing, I think it was last week, someone was like, oh, there's a new Thief game in development, and it might be by IO, and like they responded with, yeah, all we need is, a design doc, a team, backing from a publisher, but glad to hear we've got some work.
Yeah, exactly.
But if you're going to sell them, put Hitman in there, you need that little salt and pepper to make that seem like a reasonable stake.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't... plus, I think at this point, the formula is already done, so I could see another developer picking it up and making another season, but business is cutthroat, but let's let the door finish closing first, maybe?
Mm-hmm. I mean, to be honest, I'm probably out. I'm probably not. I will not support Square if they put a second developer on this. And then
what if
release
it's someone
season 2.
really good?
If they can get the team that put Alpha Protocol together and make a season 2, you know what? I'll support them. But
that'd be crazy. Just get Obsidian. Obsidian presents Hitman season 2, and it's like, well.
Yeah, but it has to be specifically Obsidian brackets the Alpha Protocol team. Get them all back from wherever they've moved on to.
From all of the people that brought you. What was that? Oh, it was like Psychonauts 2. That the Kickstarter trailer where Eric Walpaw was approved to work on it by Gabe Newell. Where it's like, that's what you need to do for the Alpha Protocol team. Put up the bat signal. Bring them all out.
By bat signal, do you mean a gun shooting sideways signal?
Yeah, exactly. A gun and the bullet coming out 90 degrees.
Yep.
Alpha Protocol. Next news story, Microsoft has announced the launch date for Xbox Game Pass. It is coming out surprisingly really soon, June 1st. Launches with over 100 games. If you're a gold member, you can get in early access now. There's a 14-day free trial. You can check it out. There's I'm surprised at how many games there are. Xbox One, Xbox 360, and a whole bunch of indie titles and like download-only titles that are coming out. Seems like a pretty great collection of games that they're launching with. And if anyone hasn't been following Game Pass, it's a subscription service where you actually download the games. So no streaming. You just, hey, you want to play Halo 5, you download it for free. If you like it, you can keep it for, I think it's like 20% off, something like that.
Yeah.
Most of these games that are coming out are a little bit older anyways, so you're going to get them kind of at a discount to begin with. But
so if you want your backlog to be insane...
Yeah.
My backlog's already insane. My Lazy Susan is the size of a boat right now.
Yeah. It's $10 per month. I think you can pay per year. I don't remember if there's a discount, and I'm not seeing it here on the site. But yeah, there's a lot of games there, and if $10 a month, especially if you burn through games real fast, that seems like a really good deal. And as long as they keep launching games on there, that might be a pretty good deal. So, we'll see. Last news story. I'm very excited. Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen coming to PS4 and Xbox One later this year.
Yes!
Dragon's Dogma
I never did finish it.
Is so good, and I really want people to play it and finish it because the ending is crazy and great.
Unfortunately, I've had the ending spoiled for me.
Yeah, I did too before.
I haven't had it spoiled, but I mean, I remember all the talk was the Rook system.
Yeah, the crazy Rook system. Man, that game is just really. The only thing I hope is the PC version had a really good port. I really hope that the PS4 and Xbox One port is good. You don't even have to make it look that great. Just put it at 60 frames, and it should do all right.
I've just realized, is this another Capcom game that they've bumped up a bit and they're re-releasing it again?
Yeah, I don't know if there's a...
It seems to be Capcom's MO.
I don't know if there's a price, though. Hopefully it's super cheap. Oh, I have to log into Facebook to see the press release. Yeah, cool. Something I'm never going to do. Awesome. Cool.
Yes.
All right, let's move on to questions. Joshua E. from YouTube in chat here says, anything you guys excited to see at E3? By the way, E3 is less than 2 weeks away. Oh, good God.
I move! Yay!
Yeah, and Moon gets to move. I sort of, you know what I want is a lot of release dates. Crackdown 3.
Yeah.
When's that coming out? A lot of stuff. A lot of stuff on Microsoft's end. What is it? When is it coming out?
Yeah.
Scorpio.
Sea of Thieves.
When's that
Sea
coming
of Thieves. When's that coming? I want Sea of Thieves.
Yeah,
Give
Sea
me
of
it now.
Thieves looks cool.
Oh, we'll see. I mean, like, Microsoft needs to come hard.
Yep.
I mean, we need some first party stuff.
I'm drinking here. The rumor this week was, hey, we're trying to bring back Scalebound, but not with Platinum, with just some other people. So that should be fine, right? It's like,
oh man,
maybe not. I think from Sony, they just need to announce a whole butt ton of games, and you know they have that that like undead biker game, Days Gone, something like that. Probably a release date for that. There's a whole slew of games. They'll probably show, you know, Last of Us 2. Probably have a release date for that. They have a whole bunch of big games in the hopper, and I agree with Knobs. Microsoft needs to. You need to show a lot of stuff. You need to have a lot of release dates or a lot of stuff where it's available later today. You know, that sort of stuff. You need to come out with Scorpio's release date and price.
Yeah. I mean, there's nothing I'm really that excited about for E3 because I'm not really paying attention to it, because my favorite E3s are the E3s when I know next to nothing. I didn't know about Crackdown 3 until I saw the trailer at the press conference, and I was talking to my wife at the time, and literally she heard me screaming like a 6-year-old girl at a candy store.
It's bad!
I was like, oh my god, it's Crackdown! Oh.
Here's the thing, like, so let's say you have Crackdown 3. And for us, if it doesn't have the mag grenades or the jet boots,
I'm still in.
are we going to be happy with that?
It might come in one of those toy box updates, though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, if it doesn't have it, it will be losing a little something. But you know what? If it doesn't have that and it's got all the destructibility that they're pushing,
well, it
then,
depends. I mean, it needs to have like the fight the gang tree that it had in 1, because it seriously hurt itself in 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with Moon. Like, there's always leaks, you know, quote unquote leaks, that someone took a picture of a GameStop kiosk and it has like, oh, Crackdown 3 is coming next week during E3. You know, there's always that fake stuff, but I feel like so far there have been a lot less leaks this E3. You know, usually it happens the week of. But I like watching the press conferences live. You know, I usually put them on the Twitch app on my PS4 on my TV and just sort of, you know, it'll be me and my daughter watching them this year. And I like being surprised where it's like, oh, what's this trailer?
Those precious moments.
Yeah. You know, it's like, oh, what's this trailer? Oh, I bet it's this thing. And then you know, you see the title screen and you're like, yeah, Gears of War 8. Awesome.
I hope something crazy comes out. Like they announce like a legit Unreal Tournament that's an Xbox exclusive.
Well, there's now that PC Games show that's in its 3rd year. AMD brings it, so I mean they could announce something during that. Bethesda will probably have another show. Devolver Digital, the indie publisher, is having a conference this year.
Yeah, they've done some big things though. Devolver, like,
yeah,
I'll give credit where it's due. They started from what apparently looks like nothing, and they've got some big names under their publishing arm.
Yep. Yeah, so I feel like with Sony, especially focusing on indies for the last couple of years, and Microsoft sort of starting to pick that up a little bit too. I think there could be a lot of really cool stuff that could be shown this year. There'll be a new Call of Duty. I'm assuming we're seeing...
What? There'll be... What? Really?
Well, I'm assuming we'll see Assassin's Creed. You know, we'll probably see... they'll probably talk about the new Battlefield DLC. You know, we have a lot of the standard stuff. They'll probably announce a release date. Sony will announce a release date for God of War. I'm assuming. It should be around the corner this fall, maybe. We have the usual suspects, but...
Yeah.
I'm excited for those surprise ones, and I'm excited for the middle of the Sony conference where it's like, you guys are showing off a lot of really weird Move and VR games. Can we hurry this up a little bit? This is really weird.
Let's get to the Vita section, Sony.
Yeah. Spoiler alert: no Vita section this year. They didn't show that anything for the Vita at the PlayStation Experience either. So, Sony will have a big thing about Destiny 2. They'll show more stuff there. The pretty standard stuff, but the stuff that I'm looking forward to is like, oh my god, they're making another one of those. What? That's awesome. Like Crackdown 3 was, where it's like, what? This looks a lot like Crackdown. They're not making another Crackdown. Oh god, it's Crackdown. That's the stuff I really love. And then watching Twitter blow up.
It's as much as like
Sony I felt the same way when they showed that Agents of Mayhem trailer. It's like, there's another Saints game. No.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And now it basically is another Saints game.
Yeah, I think Sony will have the Call of Duty thing as well, because I think they've got the early bird rights to that stuff as well.
Yep, that switched last year, 2 years ago.
Yeah, I think it did.
Camps. Yeah. Billsford writes in the Discord server, so I was looking at my collection and noticed that with originals and remasters, I have too many copies of the same game. 5 copies of Kingdom Hearts and 4 copies of Final Fantasy X. What games do you guys have too many copies of? Symphony of the Night, easy. Not a grip of those things.
Man.
Yeah, none. Well, we were talking about this during the break. I moved countries, so 99% of my hard copies, if I had duplicates, they're gone.
Yeah, someone else has them.
My Nintendo DS, sold all the games for that.
It's not cheap moving across the ocean, so it's all got to go.
Really not.
Oh, it's Unreal Tournament, bar none.
Do you have any multiple copies of just one game, though?
What, that doesn't count, like, anthologies and stuff?
Yeah. Because, we could count Borderlands 2. We have, the 360 and the Handsome Collection, and there's probably another one hanging out. I probably have a PC version of that, too.
Well, the digital versions and stuff. Yeah. Oh.
Also not counting, all the copies of stuff you bought for other people. Because,
well,
you could say,
Saints Row.
I own 3 copies of Prey, because he bought them very kindly bought them for us.
Yeah, Nobs also owns 66,000 copies of that game he likes so much. Battleborn.
Oh, yeah.
I should have bought that whole thing. Could have.
Yeah.
I have a copy of it. I just haven't installed it yet.
I feel like nowadays I don't really buy... The only time I buy multiple copies is if it's something really rare, and I'll buy the regular edition and the collector's edition of something. I bought multiple copies of Destiny 2 because I'll get the collector's edition on disc and then I'll have it digitally, so I don't have to swap discs all the time.
See, I haven't really got on the digital train too hard.
Yeah.
Where I felt like I had to rebuy stuff.
Yeah. I didn't rebuy as much as we just kind of slowly transitioned to digital, my wife and I. And
it makes economical sense for you.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
It's space saving, and there is a reason for it as well. But it's really kind of cool not having to get off my lazy ass to put another game in.
Yeah,
I can just go
discs.
Menu, change, game, go.
Yeah. All right, that's all of our questions this week. Thank you very much, everyone, for writing in. If you'd like to visit us, you can do so at tvgp.tv. Email us tvgpfans@gmail.com. Tweet us at tvgp. Join our Discord server. That link and all the other links are on the right-hand side of the page.
And don't forget to join the forums. Please mark yourselves on the map. Join us for our game nights. That is Monday night, 10 p.m. EST on the Xbox One. Maybe another throwback night. One could hope for Battlefield 4.
Keep pushing.
Might end up being Left 4 Dead, or it might even be Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
We'll have to have a group meeting about that. We need to
bring the council together.
An open forum with the heads of state. Let's see, Tuesday's Destiny night, Wednesday night's Rocket League, both of those on a PlayStation 4. Thursday night is our Steam game night, game TBD. And then, come on, find us over this weekend. Just freshly picked up Shadow Warrior 2. looking for players. So
There you go. Up to 4
see
peaks.
what that has to offer. Let's see how low the wangs can get.
There you go. And don't forget, this month's Game Club game is Hyper Light Drifter. It's pretty cheap now, or you can buy the super cool collector's editions that are out there. Those are really great. That goes for another 3 weeks and change, something like that. It's about a 10-hour game, so you got plenty of time. You can watch the show live, twitch.tv/E1M1 Network, That Video Game Podcast on YouTube. Go follow and subscribe on either one of those, and it will let you know when we go live. We go live about the same time, either way. But that's our episode this week. We will see you all next week.
Laters.
See ya.
All right, I only have 4 titles. What do you
Yeah,
have?
today was a bit of a rough one for titles. I've got about 6, but we'll see. One of them's definitely a no, though. The no is Microsoft needs to come hard.
Yeah.
I deliberately stared at you and made the motion of me
I wasn't
putting the pen down.
I wasn't looking
I
at
was
anybody. I wasn't.
Yeah, I was waiting for you to notice.
Yeah.
The eye roll was just too hard. It was Anderson Cooper hard.
Yeah.
Okay, titles. Yeah, in 2013, I did, with a big question mark after the end, The Wang Cave, It's on the Lazy Susan, That Guy Sucks, Here's Your Marsupial. This next one is, Have You Ever Seen a Wet Koala? Or just Wet Koala.
It needs to be the full one. That already has my vote.
And that's it.
Did you see the picture I sent you?
Oh yeah, Nob
No.
sent me. Hold on, Nob sent me a text. Oh, this is gonna be bad.
Oh, my phone's on silent.
I did not
God,
send it.
it's like a nightmare.
It is a
Let's see if I
nightmare.
can get it here on camera.
Oh, I see. You didn't send it to me.
Yes.
Well, because you're in a group text, so I can't search your number readily.
I have 4 titles. It's Still Got It, Circle Strafing Slaughter, Guest 49523, which would have been my title if it wasn't for Have You Ever Seen a Wet Koala, which 100% has to be the title of this episode.
Mm-hmm.
All right, it's heading your way,
The
so
council
you can
has
see it in
spoken.
all its glory. And that's the other thing. Like, did you see that picture Scott posted from
Indeed.
from whatchamacallit, from Indy? So, oops, no, hold on. I need picture gallery. This thing. This kid looks like he's like on the verge to rock out hard. Like, this is probably my favorite picture Scott has ever posted. You know what I'm talking about, Moon?
Nope.
The kid in the drum line.
Nob, she sent me another text with a picture on it. That kid's ready to go.
He is like he's just waiting for the drop. Like,
Oh, yeah. I know the one.
that is a great picture. And they're all in kilts. Like,
So good. All right, starting in 3, 2, 1. This is That Video Game Podcast, episode 501 for May 29th, 2017. Have you ever seen a wet koala?
Tekken 5 pouch.
Everything in Australia will kill you.
It
All
will.
right. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching the video. We will see you next week. Bye.